Ladies and gentlemen, it is Sunday the 18th of September and we are back with Ice Cream Sunday. It's going to be my first long one because there's a reason. What was the reason? I tried Battletech, didn't work out. I didn't feel particularly good about it on stream, so I extended Ice Cream Sunday to 4 hours. So we are playing, hopefully, Gabriel Knight's Sins of the Fathers for 4 hours. Cantex, welcome. You're just in time, Cantex. This is the start of a brand new game. This game is near and dear to my heart. I played the original with my parents when I was but a small boy. This is the 20th anniversary edition, so there's going to be a lot of comparisons, like audibly saying, why isn't Tim Curry in this? And Tim Curry's fantastic, he should be in this. Basically, Tim Curry was the original voice actor. That music's loud, isn't it? Tim Curry was the original voice actor, and he's no longer in it. So I'm going to get through the starting bit. I'm really happy to have you here. This is a massive nostalgia trip for me. And we'll see what 4 hours of a point-and-click adventure is like. Could be good, could be bad. I'll be engaging with the chat as much as I can. They couldn't get him for the anniversary edition. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, it's not Tim Curry anymore. Peach, I understand if you want to go watch Ashley. Gabriel Knight is going to be a different hard sell, so we're going to get started. So the opening music for this is pretty loud, so I want to just get out of the way off the main menu. So let's get going. Disproportionately loud credits. Still here, that was just very loud. Dreamt of blood upon the shore of eyes that spoke of sin. The lake was smooth and deep and black as was her scented skin.
I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita? I'm sorry, but Gabriel's allowed. I mean, he's out. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Bye-bye.
Gosh.
Good morning. You look like hell. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Yes, because having nightmares is what I do, apparently. 7th damn night in a row.
I told you, it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw with your karma.
Unfortunately, I don't think my readers would go for a horror novel about fluffy bunny rabbits. So voodoo it is.
You mean your reader? She lives in Wisconsin, doesn't she?
Bite me.
Hey, what goes on in your bed stays in your bed as far as I'm concerned. I have messages for you when you want them.
You can get a score, so you can aim for a maximum score, move the cursor around, it's fairly a common one. The pause button. F5 to open the save menu, what's that about? F5 or F7 to open. Very weird. Diaries and stuff. Move the cursor around the screen to find hotspots or to move. Click once and walk and double click to teleport. You can interact with someone or something, the cursor will highlight and display a text label. Click it to see what actions are available. Journal button display. I don't think. This is very point and clicky. Time Lord. We're gonna get down to a technical explanation in a bit, but this was like my formative years game. The journal button displays Gabriel's journal, which records his thoughts as you play. The journal records clues and important information. Journal's hints tab provides guidance. Star button displays special edition content such as concept art, notes, interviews. We don't need to see. The button hides all of the other buttons on the bottom of the screen. Pressing the button, that gets rid of stuff, and inventory and map, which is fairly self-explanatory. Speech, pick up, operate, open and close, look at, and I guess something mechanical, activate. Why is F5? It's so weird, like a 90s game to have. I mean, this is a remake of the 90s game, but it's so strange for that to be mapped to F5. F5 for save. So when I'm really confused by that, somebody can tell me. F5, show all hotspots is spacebar. So it literally tells me everything in the room that I can click on. That's interesting. So now that I can hear myself think, because the opening menu for this game is ridiculously loud with background music and thunder. This is Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. There was an original, I want to say early 90s version of this game that I played with my parents. It was one of my formative year games growing up. I think I've talked about it briefly on stream before, but my parents were very into playing video games with us. It was obviously something that me and my brothers were into at the time, so when we wanted to play video games, they also wanted to play video games as well. We played a lot of point and click adventure games, and I mean a lot of point and click adventure games. We used to go maybe, I feel like it, like my childish brain remembers it being like 2 or 3 a month, and we used to get, it used to be really super exciting because we used to get to go in the car with my parents and we'd go to the PC game shop, and this was back when PC games used to come in the big boxes. Like the big cardboard boxes, and it was awesome, and they always look really like, you don't get that sort of box art anymore. It used to be really cool to have them on your shelf, and these were, we were talking like phone book style boxes, but that's sort of like a knock on from the days when games on the Amiga like Monkey Islands and that came with like 90 discs to play the game in its entirety. I imagine Gabriel Knight, when we first had it, add several discs to go along. We're spoilt with Steam. I miss good box art. Anyway, Gabriel Knight was one of the first games that I played. I remember my dad having like a diary of sorts, like all notes relating to the game, puzzle solutions, and we did this for years, absolute years, and it's great. I will say I'm going to preface this entire game by saying the 20th anniversary edition, which I'm currently playing, much better graphics, but Gabriel Knight is no longer voiced by Tim Curry. In the original, he was voiced by Tim Curry, who is great. Tim Curry is absolutely brilliant, but I think in Tim Curry's later years, he's become quite seriously ill. So when the 20th edition came out and they needed somebody to revoice certain aspects of the game for modern audio, Tim Curry just wasn't available. I don't rate the voice actor for Gabriel Knight in this as much as I did Tim Curry, so that's probably going to be my biggest complaint about the entire experience. It's not Tim Curry, and I'm going to have to get over that. So if I find I'm giving chat fair warning, if you find me pissing and moaning about Tim Curry not being in this game too much, please use the fixate command that I have in my chat. I'll use it as an example if you're new, if anybody's new in the chat this week. Please use fixate if I bring up Tim Curry too many times, because let's all just take 5 seconds to appreciate how wonderful Tim Curry was and is. Don't get me wrong, but he's just not around for this anymore, and that makes me a little bit sad. But I really wanted to play this game because I've been playing some fairly jump-scary games on Ice Cream Sunday the last few month or so, and this one is a badass motherfucker. Yes, Tim Curry is bae. But he's not in this, so we'll move on from the subject of Tim Curry. I would be really curious, because there's a few people in the chat, I'd like to know what your first game that you played with. What's your first formative memory of a video game that you have? Because this is definitely mine. If anybody asks me, it's going to be like Gabriel Knight, Monkey Island, Simon the Sorcerer, all of those early point-and-click adventures, which is very different to what I've played so far on stream. So I don't know how that's going to translate, but I'm driven to play this game to its entirety because it was the game that I've tried to stream before I was back and streaming as RightBigChimken. I streamed this with a friend and absolutely loved it, but inevitably schedules don't work out, so I'm here by myself carrying the weight. So yeah, we're gonna get going. This is a very new game, so I think I've got the balancing right. So if you see anything that's a little out of the ordinary, hear anything, if it's too loud, too quiet, please let me know in chat. I really appreciate the technical feedback. And let's get going. Let's have a point and clicky time. I'm going to take every 5 seconds. I'm going to be slurping on a cup of tea.
Today's newspaper is on the counter.
Old school D&D game on the Amiga. Good shout. Well, I've played that with you. I know that was a thing.
Times dated June 18th, 1993.
Thus dating
the
this game.
Aquarius horoscope says, potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
Read the newspaper every day for new information about important locations and activities. Okay, so voodoo murders terrify residents. 6 murders in 2 months have pushed the residents of New Orleans into a cold state of fear. The crimes have been dubbed the voodoo murders due to the ritual trappings found at the crime scenes. The police have no leads, but they said in a press statement today that the victims are all out-of-towners. That's cold comfort for natives who have been locking their doors at night and leaving the once rollicking streets of the French Quarter deserted. The mayor has promised a swift resolution to the case, but so far neither the NOPD or the perpetrator seem to be listening. I also have fond memories of a game called Stonekeep that was released in 1995. We watched Reese play it a lot. Holy shit, it's on stream. Okay, this is going to be the game. I want everybody to talk about the nostalgic games in chat. I want us to all discover that they're actually online still, and let's talk about them. That would be great. Horoscopes, Aquarius, potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution. And do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Times dated June 8th.
I know that.
Potential
Right.
I thought horoscopes were for every month. Why is Aquarius? I suppose this is the June is Aquarius. That's a silly question. Wrong. It's a horror game, but not. It's not a Miss Fairy. Welcome to the chat. Nice to see you. It's a horror game, but it's not. It's not jump scary horror. It's more of a thinker. So you've joined us at the perfect time.
The box has Gabriel's name on it, written in his grandmother's handwriting. Gabriel's father's old sketchbook sits on the top.
Bear with whilst I casually shove an entire sketchbook into
Gabriel
my
looks
pants.
fondly at his father's sketchbook and charcoal pencil. Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious.
So I remember it being really cool because when you bought this game in the, I'm pretty sure it came with a physical edition of this sketchbook, and you could use it to like find clues about the game. You just don't. It's just not.
The books on the table have been chosen for their special appeal. Recent fiction by the biggies. In other words, nothing written by Gabriel.
Gabriel is a suffering writer. Oh, a pair of tweezers.
I'm going to take the tweezers for a bit.
Good. You're beginning to look a bit scruffy.
A magnifying glass.
Mind if I borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
You can't take 2 steps down Bourbon Street without ending up with a strand of beads. My spare motorcycle gloves. Someone left those here after Mardi Gras.
It's going to be a case of going through every single.
I always had a thing for St. George, the one who slew a dragon. Yeah, it's probably bigger than this little guy, though. Gracie's resume. She was way overqualified. And also the only person who applied. Not so lucky for the rabbit, what?
No globe. Sexy picture.
Fun times.
A catalogue of.
I practically own stock in these guys.
Oh, it's funny because it has just plain teeth.
Those keychains were for a promo I tried once, before I realized it was hopeless.
See, why is all of this stuff just strewn partially on the shop floor? Faust, World of Snakes. I'm gonna have to do something.
It's
with
a
snakes
book
later.
about the world of snakes.
Hey, that's interesting. Snakes can sense their prey by vibration.
Did you know that medieval legends about dragons and giant worms are actually based on snakes? You know, dragons, devils, sea monsters. They've always been associated with snakes.
Grace, get alive.
Oh, I earned a pint. Something is going to come back about snakes. Yeah, I don't want to throw shade, but I know Cantex is
A
an
book
older
of German
gentleman, so I'd be
poetry
curious
that
to
once
know.
belonged to
I would be
Gabriel's
curious to know
grandfather.
what his
Gabriel
first
has
memories
always
of games
found
are.
it strangely compelling.
We might be treading previous ground because I know we've talked about
Drei
stuff like this.
Drachen kriegen in meinen Schlaf. Die Seele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraus.
Time Lord.
Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
That's nice. Kinda creepy, though. Who's the author?
Heinz Ritter. I'm not sure what it says, but I get the feeling this guy was one sick puppy.
Time Lord, I think you're needed for a direct translation of a German poem. I'm assuming that's German. Shouldn't assume. I think the B gives it away. Rob? this has got to play some sort of German to English.
Gabriel leaves through a
Himmel means heaven. Huh.
Thank you, Mr. Wizard. Always appreciate a look. Pac-Man and Mrs. Pac-Man.
Gabriel looks at the cash register, checking for cobwebs.
Life is too short to talk to ugly stack.
You never know it by the women you date.
Walk to the gargoyle. An Ezet. Okay, I stand corrected.
Cute gargoyle, eh?
Why
The
can I-
gargoyle has no function but sheer ugliness.
Kappa, welcome. How's your day been? I'm awesome. Try this. Hope you do well, Miss Fairy. Let's talk.
Don't mind if I do.
Do what?
Oh, nothing.
Back in the day when you click on a woman and it makes a pun joke about looking at them.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Oh. Voodoo! Where's my mouse? There's my mouse.
What do you know about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
He's a little bit like Prince Charming from Shrek. Yeah, I agree.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the papers, same as you.
These are clearly the big ones, so let's do the...
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
I have heard good things about New Orleans.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
What do you want to know?
Okay. Would she like to go on a date?
How come we haven't gone out yet?
I'm still waiting around for that lobotomy. Soon as I get it, I'll let you know, okay?
What do you do after work?
I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
Oh, I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
Works for me. How do you like working at St. George's Books?
Well, it's not exactly a huge intellectual challenge. Although the math in your record books could confuse Einstein. Still, I love old books. And it's a nice way to pay the bills while I explore the city for a summer. If you ever pay me, that is.
How old are you?
Old enough to know about men like you.
Just tell me anything at all.
I just got my master's in history and classics. My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough. I needed a break.
So, technical question, because this is the first point-and-click adventure game that I've played. If we're streaming this, if I'm streaming you the entire story, there are going to be periods where I'm just not saying anything, because I'm listening to what the people are speaking, because it's a point-and-click adventure. There's a lot of talking. I don't need to be reacting to everything these people are saying, right? Unless there's anything blatantly obvious. And just marveling at this guy's really terrible accent. Because he's not Tim Curry. There's the first Tim Curry mention.
Nothing, I guess. Never mind.
Yeah, so I'm just curious to know what you think.
Did you find any good voodoo resources for me?
The best in the city are supposedly the Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in the French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps.
This is...
Like yours.
Yeah, there we go.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. If you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
Also, I'm going to take this disclaimer. I apologize on behalf of my gender for the rampant sexism that's probably going to be in this game. It is an early 90s game. And it's not looking good so far.
Do you have messages for me?
Benny,
Your friend
welcome to the
Detective
chat. How's
Mosley
your day
called.
gone?
talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What did he want?
He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey, and that he left some photos for you at the station, at the front desk.
It's about time.
Let me guess. This has to do with the voodoo murders, right? Some kind of inside police information? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new book?
Maybe. A writer has a certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character's a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a really big...
That's enough. Thanks.
Do you have...
You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter. He was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent. Maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany? Like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
Anybody
Do
else?
you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What did she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great. We had a nice little chat about you.
Grace?
Don't worry, I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
And she sent over that box on the table for you.
Okay. Let's go. Gosh, okay. Would I like a flashlight? Let's take a flashlight.
I might need a flashlight.
You might. What an ominous black shirt. Let's take it.
I might be able to use this black shirt.
I mean, he's pretty slimy, right? This is... yeah. I'm waiting for him to be... I vaguely remember him becoming the hero. He becomes a pretty good hero eventually, but maybe in the 90s they just got away with a lot more
I'll take this
slimy
hair gel.
writing.
You never know when you'll need a touch-up.
Yeah, hair gel. I mean, do people with hair like this have hair gel in their hair? As somebody...
If I threw those pages away, they weren't worth reading.
It's on the desk.
Gabriel's desk has been gathering dust since he wrote his last novel.
I bet he carries a comb too.
Several dozen books, including a few of Gabriel's novels, occupy
I mean,
the
if you
shelves
spot a
above
comb,
his
I'll see if I
desk.
can pick it up. Here.
Gabriel's mini stereo isn't exactly high fidelity. Then again, neither is he.
Stone lamp paint.
Let sleeping lions lie. I got that cheap at a garage sale. Always had a thing for lions.
It's GT. Like, what am I missing? And over here. Bridge, exit, typewriter, lamp, desk. Bills.
Bills from last Christmas gathered dust on the floor.
What's in the fridge?
Gabriel, shut that refrigerator, please. Oh, I can smell it from here.
Women.
Yeah. That looks like a hatch in the floor.
The carpet was grand. She gave it to Gabriel to cheer the place up.
Phone, poster, shirts, bathroom, books, typewriter, video. I can't decide if that's GT or not, so... I guess it's a good way of doing sweeps. It's gonna hope that it's not gonna give me access to anything that I shouldn't have. Welcome that. Is there anything else in the box?
The box has Gabriel's name on it. 3 snakes in a skull. Gabriel's father painted it.
Nice.
What a wacky offbeat kind of guy Daddy was.
Grace keeps her art supplies here.
Okay, we've got a heading. We're going to go to the police station to get some photos from the desk. Oh, you know he's cool as well because he wears a long leather jacket. Do you remember when they were all the
See
rage
you
after
later.
the Matrix?
See ya.
Zoom. Okay, I get a flash for when there's something at the location that I need to be. So there's nothing at St. George's Books. I'm done there. Nothing at the cathedrals. Let's try head to the police station. Alleyway.
That window leads to Mosley's office.
If Gabriel wants to talk to Mosley, he can go in through the front door.
Heard him speaking to people through the front door. Oh.
I
If
should
wanna
add
speak to
Mosley
people,
to the hat.
Go to the door. That's going to be something. I smell. A bike. To the police station.
Interesting design for a trash can. Must have been on sale at Cops R Us.
How decidedly.
It's not going to look any...
Pretty ominous to have a snake on a bin. Why would there be a
A
snake
uniformed
on a bin?
officer of the NOPD.
Speak to you. Hello, Mr. Man.
Officer, can I ask you some questions?
Desk sergeant's right over there.
Why are you stood out here and not willing to talk to the general public? Why can I give this man hair gel? Oh, because it's selected in my inventory. That's not that weird. Let's have a chat.
Got a second,
He's
officer?
bald. Why would
What
I
can
need
I
to
do
give him
you
hair
for?
gel? The face animations are a little bit cursed.
What do you know about voodoo?
Me? Nothing. I'm a Catholic boy.
What can you tell me about Nolans?
I'll tell you, I'm glad as hell it's not Mardi Gras. If it weren't for that 1 month a year, being a cop in Nolans would be a real pleasure. As it is, I'd rather stick behind this desk.
I was supposed to pick up some photos from Detective Mosley at the front desk.
Is that right? And who are you?
My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Yeah, I got something for you.
Oh, you know
all
he's
right.
smarmy when he
Soon
says
as
it
you're
like
done
James
talking,
Bond.
I'll give it to you.
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's out at a crime scene. Sorry.
Where's the crime
Where's
scene?
the crime scene? Is it related to the voodoo murders?
Crime scene information is police confidential. We don't need any more looky-loos than are probably already there.
Tell me about yourself.
Who, me? I'm the desk sergeant, Frick. Why?
Frick?
That's right. You got a problem with that?
Yes, I
Not
do.
at all.
Silly name.
Hey, nice precinct.
Hey.
Think so, huh? That's peachy. That means more to me than you could know.
I don't think this guy's taking me seriously. Can I have my
Here's
photos
that envelope
now?
for you, Gabriel Knight.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Let's have a look at my manila
Gabriel
envelope.
opens the manila envelope and finds 2 photographs. The photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. He had hair then.
Oh. A photo of a policeman and a grisly murder photo. That's nice, isn't it?
One of the photos from Mosley is an official voodoo murders crime scene shot, a graphic close-up of a victim.
He's had his heart cut out. Nothing clickable. Anything else? Can I combine a thing with a thing? The combine button allows you to combine two items by clicking them. All combinable items are highlighted. Okay, so that's combinable with something. Oh wait, if your active item is combinable, it will be highlighted. Why are you highlighted yellow? Guess the photo isn't combinable with anything. Never mind.
Can I bother you again?
What is it that...
Okay, I've got a photo of a grisly murder. That's probably not going to cover all, is it?
A portrait of the Narlands chief of police, a fine, upstanding citizen. In other words, nothing like Gabriel.
Ah, okay. I missed Tim Curry, guys, not gonna lie. Let's go. That's twice. I'm gonna stop keeping count of Tim Curry mentions after 3. I got some photos from the police station. Voodoo Museum or
The Dixieland drugstore is closed until tomorrow morning.
That answers that question. Let's go to the
Posted
Voodoo.
on the door of the museum is a sign saying closed. Their hours list that they will open again tomorrow.
Okay.
The sign says the Overlook's closed for repairs until June 21st.
I mean, I feel like I'm being funneled into a very specific place. Okay, there we go.
Good day, officer.
Yeah, you too. Keep moving.
G'day. Don't want to speak to me, it's a bit rude.
I would if I had enough time to do it properly.
Coroner requests assistance to...
Foreigner.
You white-faced geek! You want to eat my fist?
Is that the policeman talking then? I mean, I've not heard Tim Curry in the original and I miss him. I feel like I might have to get a video up of Tim Curry because he was very good in this role.
He's not my type.
Random people I can speak
The
to.
band isn't paying any attention to Gabriel.
Okay.
Hey there, nice beat. I dig it.
The drummer does not respond.
The homicide team, please attending.
Okay, so the policeman has something on the radio, and the other guy wouldn't tell me where the thing was. Okay. Why are there two bands in such close proximity to each other? Come back here, mime.
Well, I never! Leave me alone, you man!
Man, okay. Why is this mime the only thing in this park that's not interactable? Okay, now he's on the buff dude.
A Cajun band, inventive as always with their instruments, is having a
You
good old
white-faced
time
geek!
on the
You
lawn.
want to eat my fist?
Funny how
Okay,
catchy
that's the
that
guy.
toe tapping can be.
Walk through my person. Can't I interact with mime?
Well, I never! Leave me alone, you man!
It's got to be something about the mime. Teleport to get past him. Come on. I've got him. Is he on me? He's on me. Keep following me. Ignore the pretty woman. Let's go. Yes! I'll be honest, I remember that from when I played it as a kid. He gets the bloke.
Hey, cut that out. I told you to stop that.
And the policeman's gonna
All
chase
right,
the
mister,
mime.
you want some of this?
Request assistance.
Why, you little...
Yeah, there we go. And then I can listen to the radio. And yes, they are playing When the Saints Come Marching In. Who knows why? Where's my mouse? Come on. There we go.
Gabriel picks up the headset and listens.
Ambulance 91, have you located the crime scene? They've radioed for you 3 times.
Did you say it was north of the Lake Retreat Country Club?
South, Lakeside Drive, north of the Piedmont Pier, south of the Country Club.
Man, I don't know if it's the clouds
Well,
out
I
here today
never.
or what.
Leave me alone, you man.
Everyone's having trouble. Must have been hallucinogens in the coffee this morning.
It's just so misty out here or something. Hey, I see a squad car. I got it, Molly.
Is the policeman coming back?
Have a good one, 91.
Interesting.
Yeah, here we go.
Hey, you, get away from that bike.
Sorry.
Okay, well, that's that sorted. There's the mime. Because that, as a child, was the first time I'd come across the concept of mimes, because you don't get mimes in the UK. Maybe you don't anymore. Maybe in the 90s they were more common. And something to do with the policeman's jacket. That's all I can remember.
Nice flowers. Not that a real man would notice something like that.
Okay, a real man wouldn't notice nice flowers.
I don't need any flowers. They'd probably just get crushed on my bike anyway.
On his bike, okay. I think you're meant to like him eventually. Can't rob the nice creepy
At least
cherub.
the cherub is an aesthetic way of asking for donations.
Can I give... I can give
Someone
confession.
is in that confessional. Gabriel will have to wait.
Can I go in the other confessional and pretend
Someone
to be a
is
priest?
in that confessional. Gabriel will have to wait. The chancel of St. Louis Cathedral consists of a raised dais, an altar, 2 pedestals, and a choir area.
Okay. Let's go to the crime scene. That's clearly where it wants to ferry me. Exit the greater... I can go to the French Quarter, which is where I was, and I can go to Lake Pontchartrain. Oh my god, it's a body.
Hey, Mostly.
Huh? Knight, you wiener, I told you not to call me that.
Feeling jumpy?
Who, me? Don't be stupid. How'd you find me?
Oh, I was just driving by.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess I can let you see it. For the book. But don't tell anyone, huh? Definitely another voodoo murder. Same MO and no freaking clues. We're still waiting on an ID for the body.
Oh, that's disgusting. Isn't this a rather public area for this kind of thing?
Yeah, they're freaking ghosts, these guys. Lakeshore Drive isn't exactly the 10 expressway, but it is open to the public. No reports and nothing. Now, who the hell is that? Good day, Miss Getty.
What's going on, officer?
Detective Mosley, ma'am. We got a little problem here, but nothing for you to be concerned about.
I see. Thank you, Detective. And good day, gentlemen.
I'm in love.
Forget it. That's Molly at Getty. She's about as far out of your reach as the moon. Probably on her way to meet some guy with a yacht right now.
Near here?
The lake's a popular place for country clubs.
If she's out here a lot, maybe she saw something or heard something.
Nah, nobody ever sees or hears nothing. I told you. Besides, you just don't go around bothering people like her.
We've about wrapped it up, sir.
Well, let's get the meat wagon moving then. Stick around and take notes for the book if you want. Watch out for the muck and the water moccasins, though. If you want to talk, I'll be at the station tomorrow.
Thanks.
We've about wrapped it up, sir.
I feel like I don't know much about police procedure, but this is not a clean situation. Well, there's clearly something there, and I don't even have to have a mouse prompt to see that. And there's blood all over the sand, and the area is not taped off. Oh look, a boat. Clay, I guess?
I'll take some of this clay with me.
Yeah, just in case. That's a normal thing to do.
Ugh, that's a lot of blood.
I feel... yeah, that is a lot of blood. Times were different in the 90s.
No, I've got no way to take that with me. And I don't want to.
What's the marks about?
There's a pattern to the lines in the sand, but only one small area is clearly defined.
Can I... try something technical? I draw it. I can.
Let me try to copy this down.
Vegetation. Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't have seen that otherwise. I feel like the oh, I suppose I can hide this, can't I? Yeah.
Gabriel is on the sand and clay shores of Lake Pontchartrain, at a site where some poor bastard got to see who the voodoo murderers really are.
I mean, I am actively just tracking all over this.
Looks like there was something here. I should take a closer look.
Click on this random spot of ground and hope for the best. Gonna be one of those. Oh, there's clearly a footprint, but those are probably mine. I have a magnifying glass. In this situation? Got to be something here. How far? What a weird interactable.
The marks are actually deep indentations in a regular mesh pattern.
I mean, okay. See, it's one of those... Have you seen those cartoons where it's like a thing that's painted on top of a thing? That, now that you see it, I thought I was going to have to get a magnifying glass out and like start sifting through sand and it'd be really unobvious. That is a luminous
I can't even see what I'm trying to pick up. I need a better look.
Yeah, and there's the magnifying glass. He can't see what he needs to pick up, but it's luminous green and I can see it from orbit.
Looks like a scale of some sort.
Okay, so that's probably what the tweezers are for.
Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to take the small, iridescent scale.
I think it's a snake scale, but it beats the hell out of me what kind.
And there's the snake book reference. Can't decide if this is cheaty.
Ugh, that's a lot of blood.
I have to ask that question. Chat, decide, is this system, like, is that too much information? Because it's giving me, like, I've clicked everything here, and I now know I've clicked everything.
Lake Pontchartrain is impressive. It measures 24 miles across and stretches as far as the eye can see. Lake Pontchartrain is scenic,
Good to
but
know.
you really wouldn't want to swim in it.
I mean, yeah, but this feels like... Imagine you're playing a puzzle game and you can go into an area and you can hold down a button and it shows you every single clickable thing in that area. Like, can I take this now?
Lakeshore Drive runs around the entire lake. This is a particularly lonely stretch, but it's still a public road.
I still can't believe I'm just walking all over this. I'm flabbergasted. Straight across a murder scene. Yeah, have a poke around. That's probably a good point. Have a poke around, and if I feel like there's something still
Hey,
there.
Grace, here I am.
Oh, here
boy,
I am.
party
Oh,
time.
Party time, yeah. I just hate this guy so much. I want to finish this game so bad on stream. I'm just sad it's not Tim Curry. There, I said it.
It's a book about the world of snakes.
I would like to know what snake scale I have in this.
Gabriel is carrying a scale he found near the crime scene at Lake Pontchartrain.
I foolishly thought I would be able to... I'm sorry for yawning on stream. I foolishly thought I'd be able to flick through this and like figure out what snake it was, but apparently not. Can't like right click on that. Dictionary, German poetry.
That doesn't work, Dad.
I can go to the police station to talk to the detective.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Quest research. No,
So-
not chat.
Your use of mathematics, for one thing.
We've had this conversation.
What can I s-
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
Check out Malia
Could
Getty.
you see what you can find out about a woman named Malia Getty?
The name Getty sounds familiar. What's your interest in her?
Oh, just, stuff about the voodoo murders. If you can get an address.
The murders, right. I'll see what I can find out. Well, it's about closing time.
Okay,
So
maybe
it
I'm
is.
not going to the police station.
Good night,
Oh no, he
Gracie.
said he wasn't going to
Good
be there
night,
till
Gabriel.
tomorrow, didn't he?
And try not to dream, okay?
So this guy has got out of bed, he's had a cup of coffee, he's driven to the police station, he's driven to a crime scene, he's driven back to his shop, and is now going to bed. I feel like he is living everybody's life since 2020. Anybody else think time's going stupidly fast since COVID was the thing? We don't mention the big C officially, so I apologise, but still. Apparently you also just parked bikes on the street in the 90s. People don't do that anymore. Day 2. A mask I wore as I approached. I was what I am not. And though the pattern was unclear, its meaning could be bought. I feel like that is stretch into rhyming. Have you never had those sorts of dreams, Tapper? I mean, I played this when I was a small child. We've confirmed this. Maybe that's the reason that I have these sorts of dreams.
Good morning. Don't you look swell today? Actually, swollen. So have some. There's a fresh pot on the table. Seriously, you look like hell. Your hair is sticking straight up like a... Oh, it always does that. Never mind.
Ha ha.
Did you dream about the fire and the hanged guy and that lion thing last night?
Leopard, not lion. Did you get anything on Malia Getty?
Well, I did get her address, but you're a little out of your league here, big fella. The Gettys own 3 local hospitals, just to name a few of their assets. They run in very high circles.
Did you get an address?
I got the address. I suppose this has nothing to do with the fact that Malia Getty is incredibly gorgeous. I should have known you wouldn't go for a rich, ugly socialite.
And that address is?
Hey, far be it from me to postpone your total humiliation. It's 557 West Ingram. That's the Garden District. Estate City.
That's all I wanted to know. And yes, my dear, Malia Getty is the most dangerous-looking diversion I have ever seen. Ouch.
Ugh, men.
I feel like, imagine that situation in the 90s where the only time he has seen this woman is in a car driving past a crime scene. And he's gone back to his shop. He's got her address. He's looking like the bad guy. Maybe I'm misremembering this. Maybe he is actually the voodoo murderer. Tapper, not yet, but if the baby keeps not sleeping, I may start hallucinating. How much is the baby sleeping? Because that sounds rough. Tell us. What have you tried? Have you tried singing to them? I'll send you some audio recordings of me singing. That'll put anybody to sleep. I mean, she got the... Can I look in the till? I feel like I've been here already, so... What's in... An ashtray.
It's an ashtray.
It's an ashtray, okay. Coat rack, window, balcony.
Gabriel looks at the cash register, checking for cobwebs.
Anything in the cash register? Is she gonna slap my hand away when I try to open it?
Gabriel opens the cash register to examine the take, or in the case of St. George's books, the mistake.
Dark.
I trust you can live without this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out.
That about combine? I still don't understand this combination thing, unless I might just be silly. Okay, so that's cash in there. Take some
Gabriel,
money.
that's all the change I have. Touch it and you can kiss your hand goodbye.
Would I do that to you?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to take my own money. She'll wake up at 9 and we'll be awake till 12. Then we'll sleep till the morning. More mentally draining than you know. That sucks. You know, you're doing a good thing. And I am not a parent, so I cannot offer some sort of touching advice. And to be fair, that's pretty good for most babies. Okay, that's more information than I had, so... I will say our cats don't keep us up like that, and I'm very happy for that on a daily basis. I shouldn't say that. You're doing a really good thing, so keep at it. We're here to talk about baby stuff whenever you want to vent about baby stuff. Are there any parents in the chat that can offer sleeping advice for a new parent? I don't think there are, but, you know, it's worth asking. I don't think it's additional in here, right? I've got whatever seemed relevant. I'm not going to go back to bed. I spoke to you. You didn't have anything to say.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
I think I would have disowned my cats already if they woke me up at those sorts of hours. But think, Tapper, you've got all of this really prime Twitch content to keep yourself occupied in those dark times
I'll be
when the
back
baby's
later.
crying and you
Have
need to do
fun.
something at the while trying to comfort her. Detective Mosley was going to be at the police station. Well, it's not forever. You just need to get the baby into maybe, and I'm just saying this, the soothing sound of my voice. Guy, welcome to the chat. I hope your day is going well. The soothing sound of my voice coming at you through Twitch Tapper might put the baby to sleep. My cats only sleep when it's inconvenient. It's like they wait till I'm asleep to wake up and meow at me. I feel like I'm becoming around to this idea that our cats are really good. Somebody said the other day whilst Dolly was streaming the cat cam that our cats are really fantastically behaved. Since then, I'm beginning to think our cats are little angels, and I'm a very proud father. That's all I'm going to say. I think I need to talk to you. Guy, how's your day?
Got a second,
Are
officer?
you doing okay?
What can I do you for?
Detective Mosley.
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's in his office. Go on back.
Okay. My cats get locked downstairs as one of them bites my toes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I will say the cats went through what George, our ginger boy, went through a stage of yelling at closed doors. So, like, if we're in the bedroom and the door's closed, he'll be yelling outside, which is fairly self-explanatory. But he also thinks all cupboards with full-size doors are places that he can go, and it upsets him when doors to these things are closed. Every once in a while, he'll get really upset about the airing cupboard. Why can I mess with the thermostat? I guess I did a thing.
The bulletin board is littered with everything from wanted posters to flyers.
Like, he'll stop. He'll... There's nothing on this bulletin board,
The
is there?
bulletin board.
He'll stop when you open the door and show him what's inside, but until then, he's really interested. I don't have anything to photocopy.
Hey.
I mean,
Right.
I'm in a police
Come on
station
in.
as well. These people could arrest
Are
me,
you
but
hot?
it's the
Man, I'm
90s. Oh, he took his jacket off because I turned the thermostat up. And look, there's a really obvious thing in the pocket of that I probably have to take. Why has he got a mic? I wish I had a microwave in my office.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Creepy animations on the neck and the eyes.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
What can you tell me
There's
about
voodoo that goes on in this city, sure. I looked into it a bit at the beginning of this case. But the voodoo stuff found at the crime scenes is all fake. It doesn't have anything to do with the real stuff. I know. I asked some experts. It's intimidation tactics, that's all.
What can you tell me about Narlands?
Garland.
You and me grew up here together. You tell me. It's a pretty nice place, even seeing the stuff I see, you know. The Carter's getting a bit too wild, though. Getting hard to control. Not quite what it was when you and me used to hang here, but... hell, I've never known anything else.
I'm playing with resource packs for Minecraft, trying to teach myself. Do you want chicken tools, chicken head axe? No, thank you, but that sounds entertaining. Send screenshots for the Discord. Tell me about yourself, Detective Creepy Neck.
Tell me about yourself.
For the book?
Sure, why not?
Okay. What do you want to know?
Nyarlands.
How do you like working on the police force?
Are you kidding? You know I love being a cop. And Narlands, it's the best place in the world to be one.
Got any hobbies?
Yeah, making your life miserable.
I'm serious. Don't you shoot or chew or something like that?
No, I'm a freaking ballet dancer. Jeez. Yeah, I was #1 at the Louisiana State Fair Marksman Contest. I play trumpet, too.
He plays trumpet, too.
You know. Put your lips together and blow.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, you know, I don't like to count my chickens before they're hatched, but I don't see why I can't be the chief of police of Narland someday.
Narlands.
I already know the mayor, and my track record is one of the best in the department.
I'm sure it's just a matter of moments, mostly.
Yeah, you'll see.
How's your home life?
Oh, real funny, Knight. Why don't you just bring in some freaking salt? You know Annie left me. My home life is shit.
Right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but it's for the audience. It's about the fourth wall. Dolly, gifting a sub to Tapper.
DollyWhiskers gifted a tier 1 sub to Tappercraft.
That was very
This
nice
is
of
their
you.
first gift sub in the channel.
That was your first gift sub in the channel, the spooky voice in the distance just told me. Tapper, I hope you enjoy all the chicken emotes.
Just tell me anything at all.
Remember how we used to play monkey in the middle? Man, we used to piss off our senior year teacher. What was her name? Oh, Miss McKelly. You'd act like you were gonna toss her an eraser or something, and then you'd throw it to me over her head. And we used to do it at your grand's, too, like with the remote when she wanted to watch her soaps.
Yep. And it was a great way to pick up women in the library.
Tapper, check out the little egg that's by your
those were
name.
the
The longer
days.
you're subscribed, the quicker that will turn into an actual chicken. Little tiny chicken next to your name. How brilliant is that?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Sure, no problem. Okay, anything else?
And that was about himself, right? Oh god, the list has changed. I asked him about New Orleans snakes.
Do you know anything about snakes?
The only thing I know about snakes is that I don't like them.
Photographs?
I got those photographs you left for me.
Really? Great. What'd you think?
Astonishingly
Maybe
lifelike.
shit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You got any more ideas for photos for the book?
A cop-author photo might be nice.
You and me? Together?
Why not?
Yeah, leave
Of
the
course
office
you'll
so
have
I
to
can
try
take that
to tone down
very
your
obvious
masculinity.
item from your pocket.
Well, okay. I'll call the police photographer.
Come on, let me...
Franks, come in here a minute, would you? And bring your camera.
No, maybe I can't stand up and take the thing.
I hate to put my coat on. It's so damn hot in here. But a picture's a picture.
Okay, maybe that's not the one. I want to take the thing from your pocket. Why aren't you giving it to me?
What did you need, Detective Mosley?
We need a picture, please. And make it a good one, eh, sweetheart?
Sure, sweetheart.
The women are very...
Say, chintzy.
The women are very
Was there
gifted
anything else, Knight?
in this game. Check
Hold
my
on
hair?
a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God, Knight. Make it fast.
Can I go rummage through her computer while she's not looking? I don't know what for.
It's an inbox.
Inbox.
There's nothing of in.
I think I've achieved something that's completely useless currently.
Would you just get in here?
Which means I'm going to have that awkward
Hurry up,
interaction
would
in a
ya?
bit where I ask him to take a second photo.
Okay, ready.
Thanks, hun. Let me know when you get them developed.
Okay, hun.
The photos, that is.
Yeah, sure.
Anything else, Knight?
How about one of me and Officer Franks?
Yeah, there's the
Gee,
creepy
I don't
bit.
know. Franks? Just kidding, Franks. You want to get me fired for sexual
Run,
harassment,
Officer
Knight?
Franks.
Well,
Yeah, ha. Now, is there anything else, or can I let this lady go back to her
This
desk?
is such a forced interaction. I need to do one
let's
more
take
thing.
another one.
Christ. Okay. One more. Franks?
Ready? Smile.
The benefit
Was there anything else, Knight?
Hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
for a
Good
second
God,
time.
Knight. Make it fast.
I mean, I might be able to photocopy something. Is there anything really obvious here? There's things Mosley of. I mean, that is a
There's nothing of it.
nothing in the inbox.
The bulletin.
Okay, let's go. Really a
Would you
wasted.
just get in here?
I'm sorry. Need a drink.
Hurry up, would ya?
Let's end this creepy situation.
Okay, ready.
Ready.
Thanks, hun. Let me know when you get them developed. The photos, that
Why is he making that same joke?
Sure.
Anything else, Knight?
No, please leave.
Nope, that's about it.
Great. Thanks, Franks. Hey, I made a rhyme.
You're astonishing, mostly.
Don't call me that in front of the lady, wise guy. Thank God I can take this thing off again. Damn, it's hot.
I need... What is in your pocket, Mr. Mosley? He's also got a very obviously locked drawer.
Anything
Can
else?
anybody else see that? What's going on with that really locked drawer? Photographs sorted. Patterns
Do you
on the
know
around
anything
the
about the
bodies.
patterns around the bodies?
Yeah, weird, huh? All 7 victims had those marks around them. We've got all the marks on file, but we haven't figured out what, if anything, they mean.
Chat?
So, how's it hanging, bud?
Lousy. I hate crime scenes. People are sick fucks, you know that, Knight?
I'm starting to get that impression.
I do know that. Insult him?
Trying for a real estate job with that coat?
Dedicated insult him
No?
button?
Are you trying out for a janitorial job with that hair?
Yes. Other 6 patterns.
Can I see the other 6 patterns?
Sure. People like that kind of stuff, don't they? Might make the book seem more mysterious. Go talk to Officer Franks. Tell her I said you could see the file.
Okay. I'm gonna go to her. She's gonna show me the file, maybe put it in her inbox.
I'm gonna hit the road.
Ciao, baby.
What is... Okay. You all still with me? Kappa, the hype chicken is real. More emotes are on their way.
Excuse me, officer?
Yes?
Twitch is taking their sweet time and signing them off. Great uniform, okay.
Can you get a file for me?
What file would that be?
The Voodoo Murders file. Detective Mosley said I could see it.
Really? Well, if you said so.
Okay, no proof. I'm beginning to like the music in this game. The background music, not the banging opening credits
There it
music.
is. You can look at it all you want, but don't leave this area with it, okay?
It's in the
And no
inbox, everybody,
photocopies either, I'm
so I
afraid.
can photocopy
Of
it when they
course.
shoot. I need to
I
go.
understand completely.
I need to go take an awkward new photo. So let's have a look.
Gabriel opens and reads the police file.
Okay. That tells me nothing other than the fact that they're swigglies.
It's the official police file. The folder is marked with the warning.
Does not
not
leave
to
police
leave the
station.
police station.
Put that away.
I'm done.
Yeah, thanks.
You stay there, and I'm going to get you to come back in and take an awkward photo of me and my friend.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey,
Right.
hey.
Come on in. Are you hot? Man, I'm hot.
Yeah, I'm pretty hot.
Can I ask you?
You're the writer.
Can I get some more
I
photos?
got those photographs you left.
No, wrong button. Oh, his mouth's moving. Pop an author
Let's
shot.
take another cop author shot.
What for?
I don't think we got your best side.
Really? Okay. I'll have Franks come in again.
In what situation would that ever actually
Franks,
happen?
come back in here
like
with
if
that
you
camera.
took an obviously suitable photo of me and Dolly,
I
like
hate
having
to
a
put my
cuddle or
coat on.
whatever.
It's so damn hot.
And then I
in
came
here.
back later and asked for
But
a second
a picture's
one. You'd
a
look at
picture.
me like I was a mental patient.
Now what, sir?
This clown wants another picture. You don't mind, do you?
Of course not. What else could I possibly have to do? Ready? Smile.
Anything else, Knight?
Hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God, Knight.
Hold
Make
on
it
a sec
fast.
while I go illegally photocopy some police files. Hold, they're just stood in there waiting for me to come back. These guys in the police station are just completely blind.
Just wanna check this machine here.
Yeah, okay. Don't mind me just photocopying evidence, officers. Then back you go. Ring ding ding ding.
Would you just get in here? Hurry up, would ya?
Okay, ready.
Thanks, hun. Let me know when you get them developed. The photos, that is.
Yeah, sure.
Anything else, Knight?
Nope, that's about it.
Good. See you, Franks.
Uh-huh.
Thank God I can take this thing off again. Damn, it's hot.
What is in your pocket, Detective Mosley? I can see it. Oh, I
Okay.
think I'm done. here
Anything
for
else?
now. I'm done.
Mosley's caught. His badge is in the front coat pocket.
His badge. Whenever I need a police badge.
I can't do that with Mosley sitting right there.
He's right there. I don't think there's anywhere I can get.
Mosley's desk has more growing on it than his head. Mosley's bookcase.
Bookcase, wall, filing cabinet, and obviously locked desk. I
If
open the
Mosley
window.
wants to win,
I think I'm done.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Have a good one.
Don't worry, everybody. There's a really creepy bit coming up where there's like a goat. I don't know. This is listed as horror, but I'm not sure when the horror bit actually starts, other than the questionable nightmares this man is having. Okay, the thermostat is still up, so if I go in, am I going to go back in there? Is the window going to be open?
if Gabriel...
Okay. Back to the map. These two places were open now, I think.
Hello?
Huh?
Bonjour, Monsieur Walker.
Bienvenue, Madame Casona. Comment ça va? How you be feeling today?
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Walker. I'm certain someone's buried a sleep knot bag somewhere near my steps. I haven't slept a wink, not in weeks.
Now, don't that beat all? Gonna need some easy night candles then, huh?
Do you think that would help? I do hope you're right. I said 3 rosaries this morning for Our Lady's intervention.
Rosary good, sure enough, but you burn them candles too, boy, you gonna whip any no-sleep gree-gree, I tell you for sure.
Very well, Mr. Walker. Put them on my account and send them around to my house. Oh, and there's another thing. I didn't catch her at it, but I know. Mrs. Lefebvre put stomachache powder in my tea at the last meeting of the Creole Grand Dame. I've been in misery.
Now you put 9 pinheads up in the little box, add a pinch of graveyard dust, put it up under her front post step. That'll turn the trick back on Miss Lefevre, and she be the one with the bellyache. I got the pins of dust right here if you want them.
If the Blessed Virgin will grant me her protection, I'll be safe from these practitioners of evil.
Oui, madame. Though, don't hurt to be proactive neither now, does it?
Naturellement, monsieur. Merci beaucoup.
Mais non, madame. It's nothing. Au revoir.
Au revoir, monsieur Walker.
That dog bark could have just been completely not in that game, and it difference. A lot of stuff in here. There's a mannequin. How do I already know his name is Willie? Willie.
Hi there. Is this your store?
This the Dixieland drugstore. And I own it. Me. Name's Walker. Willie Walker.
Can you tell me what you know about voodoo?
This is a novelty shop, monsieur.
Do you think I'm stupid? This is a voodoo shop. Look at all this stuff.
These is novelties, curiosities. If people want to think they magic, it's not my concern, you know?
Ah, so it's not actual voodoo.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Caprice encore.
What did you say?
Nothing. Them killings have nothing to do with my shop, monsieur.
Cabri sans corps.
Do you know anything about snakes?
What kind of snakes?
The kind they use in voodoo?
Pythons, boas, so I've heard.
Really? Do you have one?
Are you crazy? What would I want with a python?
What did you mean when you said Caprice encore?
I didn't say that.
You did. I heard you say it.
You heard wrong, monsieur. I said no such thing.
Yeah, did you hear him say Cabrice encore? Because I'm pretty sure he said Cabrice encore.
That customer of yours, the little old lady.
Customer?
The woman I saw in here, Madame Casino, you called her.
I don't talk about my customers to men who come in off the street.
Tell me about yourself.
My name's Willie Walker. I own the place.
How did you get into this kind of business?
Now, why should I discuss my business with you, man?
So, this is a voodoo store, huh?
Voodoo? No, man. This a curio shop. The things you see here are from local folklore. None of it real, I tell you for sure.
What about all these magic oils and powders you're selling? Aren't they a part of voodoo?
Read the label, man. We make no claims. Sold as curio only. It mean what it say, no? These are novelties, not voodoo.
It's not novelty. It's a curio, says the man working in a clearly voodoo shop. Oh, there's so much stuff. Hi, John. Know what that is? Bowls. No stealing sign.
The Dixieland drugstore has a rather terrifying way of dealing with shoplifters.
Steal from, and the police won't be the only thing on your tail. Okay. Again.
It's a mannequin wearing a crocodile mask. The mask appears to be made from a real crocodile head. To get the mask, Gabriel would have to buy it. The poster advertises a voodoo play from last fall.
Why is the wall
The
clickable?
Dixieland drugstore is crammed from top to bottom with strange merchandise, some or all of which seem to be related to the practice of voodoo.
Voodoo.
Root bags, curio boxes, and magic candles. Sold as curios only. We cannot guarantee results.
This, like, is that just... If you run a shop like this in modern day, do you
To
have to
get
have a
what's in
disclaimer
the
on it?
case, Gabriel would need money.
I don't have money, apparently.
Root bags,
Bowls, register...
It's nearly as old as the one at...
What is High John?
The entire shelf is stocked with containers of High John the Conqueror root powder.
That's a very specific name, High John. Would you like to see a...
Do you know anything about snake scales?
I got some snake root and snake powder, but I order them wholesale. I don't handle snakes. I don't like them at all.
I combine those two things. I'm not a scientist. I don't know why the hair gel is so... Show him the clearly voodoo drawings, or supposed voodoo drawings.
Do you recognize this pattern?
Don't look familiar at all, monsieur.
That's where he gets freaked out because I show him the most recent at Lakeside.
Do you recognize this pattern?
Don't look familiar at all, monsieur.
Well...
The sign says, Special St. John's Eve Lagnia. Free bottle of lover come back to me oil, or master gambling oil with every purchase over $50.
Lagniappe. My French is lousy, but everyone in New Orleans knows what that means. A little something extra.
Special St. John's Eve Lagniappe. I want to Google that. Lagniappe. Not just implied that that's for hypnology. No. When it says bottle of lover, come back to me oil, I assume some sort of illicit drug, but apparently Lagniappe is like a small gift a shopkeeper would give to somebody. Like a gratuity. Fair enough. Says a lot that I'm immediately assuming the creep is after creepy shit. What else have I got on me that I... Let's be really creepy and show this man a murder photo.
Would you mind taking a look at this photograph?
Yeah, have a look at this photo of a dead corpse.
Gabriel Sanko.
Yeah, there he says it again.
Sanko? What does that mean?
Nothing, man. I didn't say nothing like that. You heard me wrong, man.
Well, it's clearly Cabri Sanko, whatever Cabri Sanko is.
Mind if I ask?
Ask what you want.
Animal.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It's the biggest night of the year in voodoo.
Lagniappe.
I couldn't say.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
The only one left is Willie Jr. over there, the old crocodile. He's sort of a mascot now, him.
About Willie Jr., would you be willing to let him go?
Maybe. For $100.
100? You gotta be kidding.
Me and Willie Jr. are very close now. I couldn't part with him for less.
Lagnia, morbid sexual arousal. Morbid sexual... Is that... When it says morbid, are we talking corpses?
Would you take...
Don't insult me, monsieur.
What? You said you'd...
You misheard, monsieur. The price was always $120.
Lagniappe. You know. I clearly need to get that. I wonder if I can literally... Can I go get $120 from the bookshop?
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
I'm here to rob...
Gabriel looks at...
I'm here to rob my own shop.
Gabriel checks the drawer again. Just in case, life as we know it changed significantly since he last looked.
I mean, I was kind of expecting
Gabriel
there to be
doesn't
more
want to
money.
take... Gabriel doesn't want...
Okay, so all I need to find $120 from somewhere. Bye, Grace.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Uh-huh.
Welcome, my friend. Hello. I am the proprietor, Dr. John. If you have any questions, I will be happy to assist.
Great. My name is Knight, and I'll probably take you up on that.
What is the significance of the drummer man, and why have I seen that same drummer man model in two separate places?
A street drummer has settled outside the museum. Gabriel can't do anything with the drummer on the street.
I can show him a just hold the photo of a dead body up to the window.
The voodoo shrine is filled with items that both fascinate Gabriel and also make his skin crawl. A flyer advertising Magenta Moonbeam, a local voodooienne. Her parlor is on the corner of Orleans and Dauphine.
This coffin is so small. Wonder who that pub? They lend a certain psychotic ambiance, no?
That's not a real hand.
Will that look sacrilegious?
Voodoo doll.
It wouldn't be much of a voodoo museum without a voodoo doll.
Wine? That's clearly vodka.
A waste of some perfectly good wine, if you ask me.
It says vodka on the side of the bottle. I can read vodka on the side of the bottle. Candles, a skull.
Reminds me of a book critic for the New York Times.
Take the skull.
Looks like Jack Nicholson.
Large, elaborate drums occupy a corner of the museum. An authentic-looking pole marks the center of the room. Authentic what? Gabriel isn't sure. An official voodoo wishing stump. Rub it and make a wish, a card says.
Funny, I say the same thing to women.
Oh, Gabriel.
I wish Malia Getty were mine forever.
Bill
Really?
has only met her
I mean
once.
it.
What was that?
Huh? Nothing.
Why did he react to the name Malia Getty? A knife?
Something about the shape of that knife gives Gabriel the creeps.
That knife's creepy, everybody, because it's the loading knife. When this game is loading, it's also the knife. Can I take it?
Gabriel
No, I
doesn't
can't
want
take it.
anything to do with that knife.
Ting.
That must be Marie Laveau.
Must be. Flags, a gourd.
A beaded gourd is on display.
I mean, the snake is...
A very large, very formidable-looking snake is secured in a plexiglass cage.
Could I ask you a few questions?
That is why I am here.
Voodoo is the big obvious.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Historical voodoo, or the voodoo currently practiced in the city?
Both, probably. Cabri-Sancourt?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The killings in the newspaper. I know they have nothing to do with true voodoo in New Orleans.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It is one of the important ceremonial nights in voodoo.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Ah, you have perhaps noticed the museum snake, Mr. Knight? They are beautiful creatures. Do you not agree? And the tourists seem to associate them with voodoo.
I mean, they're pretty creepy.
Tell me about yourself.
Me?
Yes, if you don't mind.
What is it you wish to learn?
Why did you open a voodoo museum?
The subject has fascinated me all my life, and I wanted to help preserve the cultural heritage it represents.
What kind of background in voodoo do you have?
Let us just say I cut my teeth on it, Mr. Knight. It is in my blood.
Do you do anything besides run the museum?
No. The museum does not make me a rich man, but my material needs are simple. I prefer to focus on my one true interest in life.
Dolly's here to take care of me for water.
What are your own religious beliefs?
My beliefs are too personal and too complex to discuss with a layman, Mr. Knight.
Good.
Just tell me anything.
I am originally from the West Indies myself, you know.
Really? What brought you to New Orleans?
Yeah,
I was drawn here for personal reasons.
Were they voodoo murders?
Actually, I can't think of a thing.
Are you in fact
Then let
the
us
voodoo
discuss
murderer?
something else.
Admit it.
Tell me about current voodoo.
Many people think of voodoo in terms of magic spells or gree-gree. That kind of practice is actually called hoodoo and is only a part of true voodoo. Voodoo, the religion, has a strong following in New Orleans. In fact, it is growing quite rapidly. There are several voodoo churches or temples in the city, and others all across the United States. African Americans see it as a tradition all their own. Whites, and there are many in the religion, are attracted to it because they think it is exotic. I personally am more interested in the history of voodoo. Some of the new movements are copying Haitian or even African voodoo. But it is the voodoo of New Orleans that I find so intriguing.
The murders. Are the murders intriguing to you?
So how's the museum business?
Those who truly seek to understand are few, Mr. Knight. But even one can be an audience.
Sounds about like my shop. What do you think of New Orleans?
It is the only city in the United States, as far as I am concerned.
Do you know what caprice encore means?
I fear my French is not all it should be, Mr. Knight.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
I used to have some antique African totem masks, but they were on the point of disintegration, so I removed them.
There's something about that crocodile mask that I'm missing.
Tell me about historical voodoo.
Very well. I will start at the beginning, Mr. Knight, and will go on from there at your prompting.
Sounds good.
As you may know, voodoo is a grassroots religion, formed by the mixing together of many different African tribal religions and Anglo religions, such as Catholicism or Protestantism. In other words, it is a religion born of the African slave trade. But African slaves were imported not only by the United States, but also into the West Indies, where the French and Spanish ran plantation islands. Prior to 1803, the New Orleans area was owned by France. The French Creole in those days owned many African slaves. But the Creole did not permit their slaves to gather, giving no chance for voodoo to breed here natively. The Creole also knew enough about the corrupted pagan practices of the West Indies slaves to ban the importings of slaves from that region.
So how did voodoo come to New Orleans?
After the Louisiana Purchase, American legislators relaxed regulations. Slaves were permitted to gather. The Americans also removed the ban on West Indies slaves. Around the same time, a slave revolt occurred in Santo Domingo, what is now Haiti. Between the lifting of the ban and the Haitian Revolt, West Indies slaves began pouring into New Orleans. Some of them were free people of color, freed or escaped slaves. Some came with their white owners who were fleeing from the revolt.
What happened when the West Indies slaves got here?
They brought voodoo with them. The native slaves were more than enthusiastic about embracing it. It gave them power, Mr. Knight. If only in the form of a communal bond. Among the first meeting places were the Bayou St. John and the shore of Lake Pontchartrain.
Ah.
The early voodoos were heavy snake worshippers.
Bayou St. John,
worshipping the one they
Lake
called
Pontchartrain.
the Great Zombie.
That was where they found the body.
Tell me more about historical voodoo.
By
Great Zombie.
1817, the voodoo activities were beginning to cause fear among the white slave owners. An ordinance was passed to forbid slave gatherings except in designated public areas at designated times. The time was Sunday afternoons, and the place, Congo Square. The slaves and free people of color gathered to dance simulations of their voodoo dances, right in sight of Creole society. Of course, they also continued to meet in private for the real thing.
Tell me more about historical voodoo.
There were a variety of kings and queens at first, voodoo priests and priestesses. But from about 1830, a single power emerged.
I wonder how much of this is
This
based
was a
in
voodoo
actual
queen
fact.
named Marie Laveau. Marie Laveau ruled voodoo in New Orleans for many years.
Marie Laveau is the woman on the pit in the background.
Tell me about Marie Laveau.
There were actually two Marie Laveaus, mother and daughter. Most people thought they were the same woman. Her continued youth added to the mystique. The original, the mother, was also known as Widow Paris. It was she that began the empire.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
The Laveau tomb, where one or both of the Maries are believed to be buried, is in St. Louis Cemetery No. 1. It is a popular shrine for practitioners and tourists alike. I myself take tours through the cemetery on a regular basis.
Really? Do you have any running this week?
No, but the cemetery is open to the general public as well.
Guess I'm going to a cemetery.
What exactly is hoodoo?
Hoodoo refers to magic folk traditions of the South. Hoodoo is a bastard of voodoo. Many of the Gris-Gris are similar, but hoodoo does not have the religious aspects of voodoo.
So where do you pick up all this stuff?
Oh, here and there. We accept donations of any pertinent items.
Okay, I guess you're done. Let's do the usual. Would you like to see a snake scale?
Perhaps Gabriel should learn more about the scale before showing it to anyone.
I got told off by the narrator, guys. Let's show him some clearly murderous drawings.
Does this mean anything to you?
I cannot say that it does.
Do these marks look familiar?
They look like the scribbling of a child to me.
Okay, thanks.
What else have I got? Let's show this stranger a picture of a dead body.
Could you look at this and tell me if you recognize anything about the ritual?
This is truly offensive. This is from one of those recent killings, is it not?
Well, actually...
But the police already know that this so-called voodoo ritual is fake. Voodoo is a respectable religion. This kind of thing has nothing to do with voodoo in the city.
Fine, let's say that's true. Are you sure there's nothing about the items in this photo?
There is nothing about this sickness that I would identify as voodoo. Nothing.
Thanks for looking, then.
I mean, I kind of like him. Is he coming across as a nice person or an evil person to anybody else? Because... yeah, I mean, would you think he'd like some hair gel? Guys, do you think he'd like some hair gel? Do you get it? Wishing stamp flags snake.
A very large, very formidable-looking snake is secured in a plexiglass cage.
Sure, the snake is...
A striking portrait of a turbaned woman is on the back wall. Gabriel wonders who she might be.
What? They said Marie Laveau when I came into the building. How can I interact with the fan?
The fan is entrenched in the window frame. The fan might operate, but...
There's a big switch. Significance of that.
What does this do?
Turn that thing off.
Oh, sorry.
We have air conditioning, you see.
Yeah, I see.
I get the feeling that this is in his front room. It's when I came to museum, I assumed it was going to be larger than one. Why a fan? Whip?
A leather whip hangs from a peg on the wall.
Oh, hurt me.
Oh, Gabriel. Let's go.
I'll be going.
Come back again.
I like him. I want him to be a good boy. I mean, the blue flashing leads me to believe that I need to come to the cemetery. I mean, that looks like something, right? Hello, Mr. Man.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah? What can I do for you?
Randomly
What can
asking
you tell me
everything about his
voodoo?
life.
They say it was part of an old religion from Africa, brought here by slaves.
What can you tell me about Narlins?
Seem like everyone wants to visit Narlins at least once in their lives. And they love the cemetery tours. I see tourists in here every day of the year.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
Why, St. John the Baptist is the patron saint of voodoo. Sometimes we get weird goings-on in the cemetery on that night. More often on a few nights before. People taking grave dirt, bones, and who know what.
That's pretty disgusting.
Yep. Don't know what they do with them, but it can be pretty.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Sure. She was the voodoo queen of Narlins. A powerful voodooian and a powerful sorceress. Believers still come to her tomb, you know. They write secret marks on the walls, leave offerings. Then there's the tourists. They come out of curiosity. As a matter of fact, that big Dr. John fella from that voodoo museum, he's here at least once a day. But Marie Laveau's tomb isn't the only one the believers visit and make markings and leave offerings at.
Guy says it's true. The everyone wanting to visit bit. Word is they have the best ghost tours in the country. I'll tell you what, I've heard good things about New Orleans. I don't know the exact specifics because they got hit by bad weather, didn't they? I know it was. I know very little about it because it was a long time ago. I'm not sure how much recovery there was or what sort of damage.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is
Hurricane
Toussaint Gervais.
something?
I'm the watchman here at St. Louis number 1.
Doesn't narrow it down.
What
does
exactly do you do here?
Hurricane Katrina was
Oh,
that
I
was
keep
New
the
Orleans.
place tidy, of course, but a big part of my job too is looking
Don't
out for
say
the
quite
grievers,
some time
you know.
ago. That makes me feel
People
old.
come to pay their respects, and they need looking out for. Sometimes they so
When was Hurricane
they don't
Katrina
know
out of
what
interest?
they do.
Somebody Google that for me. I missed what he was
Tell me
talking
about
about.
yourself.
That's about all there is to say.
Oh, I hope he didn't say anything important.
Tell me something about St. Louis Cemetery number 1.
You know why the dead are buried in tombs and not in the ground, don't you? The water table's too high. Them coffins will float right out of their graves. Ha! Them dead will go floating right down into the Dakota. Of course, if it were Mardi Gras, nobody'd even notice. It's a historical place. People buried in here from the Civil War. Back further, too. Take a look around. You'll see.
It's funny because I remember Hurricane Katrina being mentioned in the TV series Heroes Season 2. It's weird, isn't it? I'm assuming all the historical stuff is long since recovered. Does he know
What do you
about
know
the
about the
voodoo
voodoo
murders?
murders?
Isn't it just awful, them finding those bodies with the voodoo things around them? I don't think there's any real voodoo going on. Somebody trying to cover their tracks is all.
A strange thing for
Do you know
man to say.
anything about snakes?
Snakes? I see snakes around here all the time. Most of them aren't poisonous, of course. I don't mind snakes myself, but lots of folks are afraid of them.
Do you have any idea what Capri San Call
I'd go
means?
to New Orleans.
Nope, can't say that I do.
I mean, Cantex, it's a new experience. I'm trying to expand my horizons. There is voodoo all over the place. It's mysterious.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
It's a build-up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You said there were other mock tombs?
Yep. I've seen bull hearts left on tombs and a nest of vulture feathers, fleets of peas and congreve, animal parts, human parts even, it look like. Male parts, if you get my meaning. And this is
Penises,
one of the
everybody.
great family crypts, mind you. Odd how them types just pick a spot and stick to it.
You been working here a long time?
Longer than you've been alive, son. I may helps be here longer than you'll be alive, for that matter.
That's ominous. I'd take the brick, I guess. Why would I need a brick?
It's a piece of brick.
Thank you.
Odd-looking marks adorn the Laveau tomb wall. Gabriel can't take the marks with him that way. The wall doesn't work.
Where's my die?
I want a copy of these strange marks.
Is this drawn?
Gabriel likes the idea of leaving marks on the tomb, but at the moment, he's not sure what to say or how to say it.
Okay, well that's something for later, I guess.
Food, trinkets, and more unsettling things have been left at Marie Laveau's tomb as offerings from believers. The wall doesn't work that... The wall doesn't...
I can't talk to the wall. Can
Gabriel
I touch
can't...
the wall? Can't lift the wall.
The marks are reddish in color and remind Gabriel of crosses. They look like they've been here a few days at least.
Did I actually take a copy of that then?
Gabriel already copied.
Yeah, okay. Not in my inventory like the other one was. Okay, there it is. I see it. Sketch them. I've got a sketch.
Looking at the series of crosses, Gabriel can't help but think they have a pattern and meaning he is not comprehending.
There's 2. I'm not going to pretend I know even slightly what that means, but there is a pattern. Okay, kind of like one. Not like you can draw a line between. Yeah.
A stone angel stands silently before a tomb.
Exit to tomb. Exit to tomb.
A plaque on the tomb reads, Laveau.
Why can I use that? Marie Laveau, the Greek revival tomb, is reputed burial place of this notorious voodoo queen. A mystic cult voodooism of African origin was brought to the city from Santo Domingo and flourished in the 19th century. Marie Laveau was the most widely known of many practitioners of the cult.
Mosley and I used to switch street signs, but this is really sick.
Why would I want to? I feel like there's something behind there. Why is it?
Mosley and I used to switch street signs, but this is...
Why is it interactable?
A plaque on the tomb reads Laveau.
I mean, thank you for telling.
A plaque on...
It says more than Laveau. Like this... Can't use you as... No, you can't do it. Statue, sky, angel? Why?
An angel with a cross stands guard over one of the tombs.
Good, because this place looks a teensy bit evil. Well. Geddy. Why would somebody...
The plate is in lock position. There's a keyhole on the plate, but Gabriel can't operate that without a key.
That's...
Two heavy, solid marble doors provide an entrance to the tomb.
Well, I clearly need to go and see who this Geddy person
An
is.
angel draped dramatically over a stone plinth marks the entrance to a large tomb. The imposing tomb is elaborately labeled Geddy.
This random woman that drove past a murder scene is being really like...
I don't need to go visit the family tomb today.
Okay. Exit to right tomb. Wouldn't that be night tomb? You know about Malia Geddy?
Could I have a minute?
What you need?
No, I've not discovered. Okay, I'm done with you, Mr. Man. Yeah. Why is this family being broadcast to me so heavily?
May I help you?
Why, yes, you may.
I'd like to see Malia Geddy, please.
I'm sorry, but unless you have an appointment or official business, I cannot announce you.
I'd really like to...
I told you that...
I do have official business.
Really? Please tell me the nature of your business.
Selling encyclopedias.
Encyclopedias?
Go away.
I don't think you like that. That's probably what the policeman's badge is for. Okay. Go back and figure out how to get the policeman's badge. For you, French Quarter, French. Oh, this is literally just pictures of everything. Miss Ferry, you'll get there. If you ever want to talk about it, if you ever want some advice, we're all here to listen. What did you stream out of interest? I mean, Moonbeam Residence is fairly... I gotta... No, go back on your bike. What did you stream? Yeah, that's probably a good shout. I'm gonna take I'm just going to take 5 seconds to walk up and down the house to up my shoulder. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the game volume down. I'm going to put it up. What are we going to go? And I'll be back in Vault Hunter. Also, while I thought I was streaming, it stopped on its own without me realizing after an hour. Okay. See, it's little technical problems like that. You just get used to it. It's one of those, you just have to keep an eye on certain. I had a crash partway through, and it wasn't until Dolly came in and told me that my stream was down that I'd even realized. Either way, I'm going to take 5 minutes, guys. That's 2 hours, and we're here for another 2. So I hope you're all still with me and interested. I will be back in 5 minutes or so. I'm totally speaking whilst muted. Guys, I'm back. I'm not sure if that was 5 minutes, but I've got biscuits and I've had a wee. So, you know, let's play some more Gabriel Knight. How are we feeling about this game so far? I'm 2 hours in. It's one of those, I didn't play any more Battletech because I felt like the pacing was odd. I'm feeling good about this game, but I'm feeling a lot less animated than usual. So this is probably there's a certain amount of thinking going on, and I don't want to feel like you guys think I'm not enjoying it. I am enjoying it. And I've not mentioned Tim Curry in about an hour and a half, so that's personal growth. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm overselling the fact that I'm enjoying it. So what do we think, chat? Are you intrigued? Are you bored senseless? Be honest. I'm very curious to know. What was I doing? I need to get the policeman's badge, probably, but I don't know how to get him out of the room.
A sign on the front door of Magenta's home reads, "Attuning with the Spirit Realm, back on June 22nd.
Let's go speak to Grace about
Hello,
stuff.
beautiful. It's me.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
I would like to show you some stuff.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
I need you to look up a Madame Casino.
Madame Casino? Is she related to the murders the same way your friend Malia Getty was?
Grace, Casino's at least 70.
As if that makes a difference to you. Okay, I'll see what I can find. Anything else?
This guy has asked for research on 2 women so far, both of which one drove past a crime scene and the other was just a woman in a shop.
I can't think of anything.
I mean, I could be completely misremembering. Maybe he is, in fact, the bad guy. I was hoping that she would want to see my drawings.
That doesn't seem to work that way.
Got a minute?
What's up?
Have a look at my pictures, Grace.
That doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work that way.
See you later.
See ya.
Let's go ask the voodoo gentleman about the drawings that I got off the crypts. I'm speaking with a mouthful of biscuits, so I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back. What's this creepy drawing about, Willie?
Do you know anything about these crosses? I think there's some kind of code.
Look like a lot of hand tracks to me, man.
What's being here? Gift certificate.
Does this mean anything to you?
I don't know anything about that at all.
Just a gift certificate.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
I clearly need to get that crocodile mask for some reason. Why else would it be there? Can
To
I just
get
take
the
it?
mask.
Can't take it. By the other voodoo gentleman.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Now he's got to know the stuff from the crypt, right? Because he does tours.
Do these symbols mean anything to you?
No, they look like nonsense to me. Where did you get them, if I might inquire?
I saw them scribbled somewhere. Just graffiti, I guess.
I see. By the way, I forgot to warn you, Mr. Knight. The local cemeteries are quite dangerous. Muggers, vandals. I would avoid going there alone if I were you.
That's
Really?
ominous.
Thanks for the advice.
Why would he...
Could I ask you some more questions?
Of course. I also find our dialogue stimulating.
Why would he say that? Oh, okay. That was Mr. Moonbeam. That's a brick. Gotta be Marriott.
Thanks a
How do
lot.
I get the badge?
Bye now.
Come back again.
Can I bother you again, officer?
What is it this time?
Do I just go through? I guess I do. How'd they fix the thermostat? Nope, still way up. Don't touch.
Mostly, my man.
It's you. God help me. Are you hot? Man, I'm hot.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
How about getting me some coffee?
Coffee? You want coffee?
Should that surprise you?
Nah, you've always been a caffeine addict. It's just that what we got here hardly qualifies.
So I'm desperate.
It's your stomach. I'll get you some when we're done talking.
That long?
All right, I'll go now.
It's that simple. How did I miss that entire line on his thing when I was here earlier?
Don't touch anything while I'm gone.
I'm just gonna steal your police badge. I'm sure that's a blameless crime. In your office, touching your stuff.
I think I'll just borrow this badge.
Hey, what are you doing with my coat?
Nothing. I thought I saw something crawling
Should I have
on it.
opened the window?
Just drink this.
Thanks, tons. I mean it.
Is that it?
Okay.
How about getting me some coffee?
What am I, your slave?
Hey, I'm working my butt off here.
Yeah, fine.
It's brought me some coffee and I'm sending you away for more coffee. He took one sip of that coffee. Did he down it in one? I think there's other stuff to see in here. There must be. I've not saved this entire time. Open
If
the window.
Mosley wants the window open,
Of course.
there's no reason.
Can't get in that clearly locked desk.
Mosley's
If it was just a badge, that would...
Here, drink it.
Thanks.
Hope you choke on it.
Okay, anything else?
Probably not. Let's go and pretend to be a policeman. I feel like somebody... I'm pretty sure
Well,
pretending to be
I'll
a
be seeing
policeman
you.
is a crime.
Have a
right?
good one.
I mean, I just robbed a policeman. He's going to notice he's lost his badge. Now, everybody, I believe it was F5 to save. F5. F5. Yes! Save. Manuel. Manual? Manual? No, Manuel and Manual. I think that's right. Let's go pretend to be a police officer. Kappa, welcome back. I'm not sure if you had gone, but how's the baby doing?
May I help you?
Hello. It's me again. I tried to sell you encyclopedias, but now magically I have a police badge.
My name is Detective Mosley. I'm here on police business.
Really? How interesting. Wait here. I'll inform Miss Getty. Miss Getty will see you. Right this way.
If you were rich enough, would you have a butler?
Miss Getty will be down shortly.
Down shortly.
Thank you.
I'll give it... yeah. Am I in control, or is she just going to turn up?
What can I do for you,
Is she
detective?
the woman in my dream that... a PA maybe, but not a butler. Is she the woman in my dream that turns into a leopard? Or a jaguar?
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Miss Getty?
I assume that's what you're here for, Detective.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Why would you want to know about that, Detective? It's rather silly, isn't it?
There's nothing silly about the voodoo murders.
But that voodoo is faked. That's what I've read in the papers.
That's what the papers say, all right.
But you're not convinced.
No, frankly, I'm not. The police department isn't known for its imagination.
Oh? Well, I can see that your imagination is considerable.
So I'm pretty sure, I would have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure that this graphic, can you see my mouse on the screen? Yeah. This graphic is the original animation for this woman when I was having this conversation, because this looked like a 80s point and click adventure at one point.
Tell me about your life in New Orleans.
The Getty family came to New Orleans in 1800. We worked very hard to get where we are. On the other hand, we've done a lot for this community.
I can believe that. You're doing a lot for me right now.
Could my butler be Tim Curry from Clue? Tim Curry is coming up a lot today, and yes, it could.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I believe it's some sort of local holiday, but I don't know much about it.
What do you know about Marie Laveau?
I've heard of her, of course, but that's about it.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Saint-Caux means?
No, I don't. What does it mean, Detective?
That's confidential information, ma'am.
Oh, he's so mysterious.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The murders? Only what I read in the papers.
And what do you read in the papers?
I'm sure you know much more about it than I, Detective.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I'm no expert. I don't fear them like most people do.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Animal masks? I don't know what you mean.
Have you ever ridden a bicycle? Have you ever considered punching out a priest?
Tell me about yourself.
I suppose I don't really have a choice.
Why did he
What do you want to
emphasize
know,
yourself?
Detective?
What kind of things interest you?
I don't have a lot of free time, but I do appreciate the arts. Opera, symphony, ballet, fine art. If you look around, you'll see that we collect African art, for example.
Yes, it's very beautiful.
It is, Detective. It means a great deal to me.
Do you have a career?
A career? Being the head of the Getty family is a 24-hour-a-day job. We have many holdings and many responsibilities, financial and otherwise. The management of our business affairs and properties leaves me with time for little else.
Poor little rich girl?
Believe it or not, Detective, wealth does have its price.
Tell me about your family.
The Gettys? We're a very private family.
How many people are there in your family?
Well, my mother just passed away.
Oh, I am sorry.
So am I. She was a magnificent woman. We were very close. I was an only child.
And your father?
I never knew him.
It's hard to believe that any man would leave a woman like you, or like your mother must have been.
He did not leave, Detective. But that's really none of your concern.
I'm sorry. Go on.
There are, of course, other Gettys in the city. I have a large extended family.
I see. Do you have a husband, boyfriend?
I'm very independent, Detective. The women in my family have always preferred it that way.
So, you've never been married?
No, and I never will be.
What about children?
Yes, that is likely. Someday.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I have a business degree from Vanderbilt. I wanted to study psychology, but my family's interests came first.
Oh, why not something like law, then? Surely that would have been an asset to the family.
Law? Please. I do have some morals, Detective.
I have a question for chat. If I was to ask, one of the talking points in his list is anything. Like, if I asked you the question, tell me anything about yourself, what would you tell me? What would be the anything that you told me about?
I wouldn't know where to begin.
As you wish, Detective.
Tell me about.
I think we've done
What
this bit. Nothing else.
I wouldn't know where.
As you.
Why were you by that
Can you tell
lake?
me anything about what
Driving on
happened
a
out at the
public
lake?
road.
I wish I could. But I've never seen or heard anything unusual at the lake. And I do spend quite a bit of time out there.
Flirt with her, okay.
Excuse me, but your eyes are really distracting. I don't think I've ever seen a color quite like that brownish gold. It's so deep and rich. Man, if I could bottle that, I'd make a fortune.
Thank you, Detective. That's an interesting observation, though probably not relevant to your case.
A good detective never knows what might be relevant, Miss Getty.
Then you must be truly exceptional at your job.
Eyes flirt with her
I
still on
can't
this
help
list.
noticing that you're in incredible shape, Miss Getty. Your legs are so strong. Do you work out at one of the clubs by the lake?
Do people really
Well,
speak this way to
Detective,
other people?
I do enjoy physical activity.
Oh, me too.
Actually, I was referring to swimming and modern dance. I can't say that I do much exercising at the lake, though.
Ah, well, it was worth asking.
I think this has gone on long enough.
Southern
not
Charmer. I just
really
got
a
the achievement,
detective,
Southern
are you?
Charmer.
Who, me? Well, I am on this case, Miss Getty.
I saw you at the lake yesterday. I thought you must be with the police since you were there, but you don't act like a police officer. Besides, I'm rather certain that the other man said his name was Mosley.
All right, you caught me. I'm not with the police. My name is Gabriel Knight. I'm a writer working with Detective Mosley on a book.
I don't think that's going to go down very well.
Mr. Knight, now that we've established who you are, perhaps you can tell me the real reason you're here.
Well, I am researching the book, and I thought you might have seen or heard something at the lake.
I don't like liars, Mr. Knight.
Okay, you're right. I really just wanted to see you again. You can be mad at me if you want, but I swear I've never done anything like this before.
Mr. Knight, you've lied about your identity and wasted my time with meaningless questions. If it weren't vaguely flattering, I'd really be angry. You're lucky I don't call the real police. I think you should go, Mr. Knight.
Malia, wait. If you just give me a chance.
I've wasted enough time. I'll have Robert show you out. Robert? Show Mr. Knight out, please.
I most certainly will.
Thank you very much. I had a lovely time. Ah, shit.
That's not going to go down very well. So I now have the policeman's badge. Surely I'm just going to have to give that back to him.
A sign on the front door.
It's just... Make that 8 nights of nightmares in a row, but there's a bright spot on the horizon. I've got Malia Gedde's address, meaning I am but hours from seeing her again. Growl. I do need to ask her about the lake. After all, I'd be negligent, and I'd be a negligent author if I didn't. That reminds me, I should stop in to talk to Mosley and see what else I can get him to spill. Mosley said I could ask Franks to let me check out the Voodoo Murders file with the rest of those patterns from the crime scenes. There's something to these patterns from the murders, but Franks has got some eagle eyes trained on the thing, and photocopies are a big no-no. I like a confident woman. I don't... This guy is just... But this is no fun. I need to get a copy of all those things. Got the copy, nothing like a distraction to get what I want. I snagged those patterns from the Voodoo Murders. They've got to be important. I just need to figure out how they fit together. But unlike Daddy, I'm no artist. I'll need some help trying to make sense of these bits and pieces. Gabriel sent call. What does it mean? Willie, the Dixieland drugstore owner, said that when I tried to chat him up on the Voodoo Murders, so it has something to do with the killings. He knows more than he's ever going to tell someone like me. Nothing but curios. Yeah, right. But he was real friendly with that old woman. I asked for the research on the old woman. There's an upcoming voodoo holiday called St. John's Eve. If these murders are connected to real voodoo, I'll bet there'll be something going on then. That croc mask at the Dixieland drugstore is the only animal mask I've seen. I want the damn thing, but I'm broke as usual. Dig up some cash. There's a voodooian just around the corner at St. George's Books named Magenta Moonbeam. I should go talk to her later this week. Dr. John keeps a snake in the Voodoo Museum. It's big, humongous python. Sure wouldn't want to run into it in a dark alley. Wish I could get a little sample of its scales. I doubt Dr. John would appreciate if I asked, though. So Marie Laveau, the Moody Crit, is buried at St. Roger. Now this has got to see for myself. Lajo's tomb gets some weirdos. Alright, the whole side of it was covered in these weird cross-like markings. I've got a copy in case it means something. Mally is sharp. It didn't take her long for her to figure out I wasn't a cop, and then it took even less time for her to get... But there's just something about her. I'm pretty sure she feels the same attraction. The good old night charm hasn't failed me yet. There was nowhere else out here to go. I'm pretty sure I'm done with the lake. I mean, I'm mildly tempted to go back to the police station to see if there's some sort of, like, general outrage at me stealing the badge.
Hey, bud.
You!
Last time I looked.
Give me my badge, right now!
Oh, is that why you're so excited? If you knew what I needed it for, you...
I'm sure it was to impress a woman. You could have asked. Do you know how embarrassing it is to admit your badge was stolen? I had a photo with the chief, and he wanted me wearing it. I should lock you up, Knight.
I suppose you could. Seems to me, though, there was that time you borrowed my bike without mentioning it, right from in front of my shop.
Yeah, don't remind me. Just don't do it again.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
I haven't got anything new to show him. What about this voodoo code, Mosley?
Gabriel can't see a way to use that.
What about this voodoo photocopy, Mosley?
Mosley would...
I can't show him a photocopy of the stuff. The lake pan.
I copied those marks from the lake.
Really? Good for you.
Do you want to see my sketch?
No, we have our own copy, Knight.
I have that photo of you graduating from the police academy.
Oh yeah, my mom loves that one.
Mosley was one of those beefy guys in his... At least he's taken off that horrible coat.
I feel like I'm missing something decidedly obvious.
I'll let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
Need to get advice on the paperwork. No, I can't. I've not been able to talk to Grace about it, but if I can just... I feel like I should get her to be able to give me some advice. Maybe there's something in the bookshop that I've not figured out. Like... How do I get it to... That's the bookshop.
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really?
The church.
I forgot you were gone.
Because I couldn't speak to the priest.
That doesn't work that way.
Why doesn't it work that way? It's a piece of paper. Show the person that does your research the piece of paper.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Nothing story-based, because that's all the stuff that's yellow.
Could you do some research?
Sure. What?
No.
I can't think of... I can go through the rest of that stuff.
The box has Gabriel.
Is there a... I don't think there was, but there wasn't like a... How to decode voodoo stuff on this shelf. No, that would be too easy, wouldn't it? German poetry. Books, small books, coat rack, ladder. What happens if I got the ladder? That's exciting.
If you try to look down my shirt one more time, I'm leaving.
Just trying to refresh my memory.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know what you're trying to refresh, and it isn't your memory. Get down.
Yikes.
Nope. No safe full of money back there.
Hang on. Why can I use the phone? Holy shit.
The number you have dialed has been disconnected. Please hang up and try your call again. This is a recording.
Who would have guessed that 911...
I'll pass.
Peach, welcome to the creepy horror game. The horror hasn't started yet, but the creepiness is definitely a factor. I don't think that's doing anything just yet. Dresser, lamp, fridge, bathroom. We're now into the I don't know where I'm meant to be going section of the puzzle
I'll
game.
be back later.
Have fun.
I mean, it had been going quite well up until this point. Ish. You're closed. I was going to go to the church.
Someone is in that confessional. Gabriel will have to wait. Someone is...
I robbed the money box.
Oh, hey! Oh, come back here. Hey! Oh, unbelievable. Rotten luck.
Fact.
Gabriel can't reach the drawing from where he is. Gabriel can't reach the...
You have some tongs, friend.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yep, I mind, all right.
Why?
Because A, I don't know anything, and B, I'm busy.
He looks really busy, doesn't he?
A doobie dog vendor has set up
A
business
doobie
in
dog?
the square. He has his nose buried in a paperback novel. Gabriel notices that it is not one of his. Big surprise.
Do you do requests?
Got any money?
Nope.
Something to eat?
No.
There you have it. No.
Can you fit through the bars around the statue?
Got any money?
Nope.
There you have it. No.
You dance pretty well for a kid.
Give me some money then.
I don't have any.
Then don't block the view, mister.
And can I give him a gift certificate because he's a kid and probably doesn't know
Can't think of
any better.
anything at the moment.
Okay then.
Here is a gift certificate to my really... I could give him a brick.
What would the little boy do with that?
Where am I going to get cash?
Could I get a doobie dog, please?
Not now, I'm busy.
An unambitious person in the 90s. Amazing.
Were people unambitious in the 90s? So I've got to use the little kid to get through the bars to get the book, obviously, and it says I need money. There's been multiple occasions where I've needed money.
Cajun band. Inventive as always with their instruments, is having a good old time on the lawn. Funny how catchy that toe tapping can be.
Stupid wind. Now I have to start all over.
Those drawing tools are amazing.
Yeah, they're great for laying lines, angles, circles, you know, anything geometric. It's pretty meticulous, but I prefer it to freehand.
Can you draw anything with those tools?
They're great for ordered, complex forms and patterns, but they won't help me do Monet.
Ordered complex forms and patterns.
How's it going?
My sheet.
Life sucks.
My sheet of code.
I just lost 2 days worth of work.
What are you working on now?
Just starting another drawing of the cathedral.
I'm going to show him the code, and he's going to be like, oh, if you can get my drawing back, I will work on this for you.
That doesn't work that way.
Or not.
Say, do you think there's anything you can do with these patterns?
I'm a student. I don't take commissions.
Oh, sorry.
I need to get some money from somewhere. Does Gabriel have a couch in his apartment that I've missed? It's a 90s
Could I
game.
ask you some
They do
more quick?
stupid
I'd rather
things
not.
like that.
Okay.
I mean, we're looking. There's no. Yeah. Where am I gonna get money? As I start like a busking.
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
The excitement of
Maybe
seeing
you could
is
run
killing
him
me.
over with a car. Each. That's not how you make friends. I mean, has that ever worked for you? Have you ever run somebody over with a car? Is that person still in your life? I just want I just want some change.
Gabriel checks the drawer again. Just in case life as we know it changed significantly since he last looked.
Give me some money from my own business.
Gabriel doesn't want to take that with him. Gabriel doesn't want to. Gabriel doesn't.
No, apparently all the money in there is the same. Does he have a sofa? He doesn't. You can see my logic there. That wasn't too strange of a jump.
Gabriel doesn't feel like reading right now.
Nelson, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, bills.
Gabriel couldn't pay
No, shirts.
an abundance of white.
There's just nothing. I don't own a wallet, seemingly. How is this fully grown man going around New Orleans with no money on him?
Gabriel would rather use the phone.
Grace, I need some money. Please?
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Done anything interesting lately?
By your definition? No. I prefer it that way.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
What do you want to know?
Nothing, I guess. Never mind. Do you have any idea what Cabri Saint-Caux means?
No. Sounds French, though.
Be some money somewhere. Search. I'm gonna take money from.
Leave my code alone, Gabriel.
Okay. Can't rob Grace. That would try. This is the 90s, right? So if like I find
I'm going out.
if I find
Don't
a
hurry
change
back
pot
on my
somewhere, a
account.
hot dog's gonna be $1, maybe. I don't know. Has a hot dog ever been $1?
The sign says the Overlook's closed for repairs.
Like, this game for about 5 seconds was really doing a really helpful thing where it would flash up where it thought I should go next, and now it's not doing that, and I don't know why. Yeah, the kid wanted food, and there was a hot dog vendor, but the hot dog vendor wouldn't sell me anything, and I don't have any money to buy a hot dog. I can't bribe the kid. There was, but I don't. Like, the guy, the hot dog guy wouldn't talk to me unless I was missing something. I don't have anything that's going to make him. He is reading a book.
I have this gift certificate.
Yes, I knew that was going to be useful.
It's good for $20 at St. George's Books. Finest bookstore in New Orleans.
Really? I'll have to check it out sometime.
You could take this gift certificate with you. If you'll give me a doobie dog.
A doobie dog for a $20 gift certificate? Sure, here you go.
Anybody else hungry? I'm hungry. Okay, so give the kid the hot dog.
You wouldn't like a doobie dog by any chance?
Would I?
Would I?
Thanks, mister. You got any special requests? Let me know.
Don't put yourself in danger by going through that fence.
You mentioned something about special requests.
Yeah, you got one?
Can you fit through the bars around the statue?
Can I? Just watch me.
Good. There's something in there I can't quite reach. Can you reach that piece of paper?
Sure thing.
I mean, it's not that dangerous, right? Grown man gets small child stuck in bars of fence.
Here you go.
Thanks, kid.
Openly carrying around
See
murder
ya.
victim photo and showing it to everybody he meets. Just read the headline now. Okay, so I'm going to give this to this man.
This belongs to you, doesn't it?
My drawing. How'd you get it?
Oh, it was a bit
I
of a
bribed the
squeeze,
kid.
but I hate to see you lose your work. I lost my only copy of a manuscript once.
Well, you saved my butt. Let me know if I can ever do the same for you, hey?
I need you to look at this complex voodoo-related drawing and tell me what's the deal. What's the dealio?
Is there any way you can reconstruct the whole pattern from these partials?
The pattern is probably circular, and there's some repetition in the elements. Okie dokie. Well, I think there's an area missing. If you could get me any more of these, I'll see what I can do.
I just so happen to have another drawing in my pocket.
I have another one of those patterns.
Really? Let's see. Yeah, this is great. I think there's enough overlap now. I'll give it my best shot. I'll show you what I come up with tomorrow.
Great. I appreciate it.
Each. Oh, I thought you just had to get the kid to move, hence the car running over with remarks. So your first instance was to run over a child. He's going to talk to me tomorrow.
Is there anything else you need to do that reconstruction?
Nope, I think I have enough now, thanks.
Nice drawing of the cathedral.
Hey, thanks.
It's really precise.
Well, I'm an architectural student, actually. It's good practice.
Do you mind if I watch you?
Be my guest.
I mean, it would move the child. I also would like to question the fact that you're talking about running over a kid on what is clearly a pedestrianized lawn. And Gabriel rides a motorbike. Where am I getting this car? He struggled to get cash to buy a hot dog. The ends justify the means, Karl Marx and all that jazz. Oh, you guys.
It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
Guys, it's getting late. It's time to go home for the day. Who's ready for another nightmare? Well, they're not getting nicer. If this was realistic, one night he would just dream of something absolutely ridiculous, unrelated to anything that we'd seen so far, and then it would go back to the terror. Drawn to the halls of learning, I sought there to conspire, but it was in the city of the dead that I found my heart's desire. I mean, I'm kind of liking the rhymes. That was day 2, and I did not look at the newspaper. I probably should have, because there was probably a hint in there. Pretty sure it said at the beginning of the game to check the newspaper every day for hints.
I'm so glad you could join us today. I've got messages when you want them. I also checked out Casino. There are multiple listings in the white pages. I got the page, but you'll have to figure out the right one.
Great. Thanks.
Now, are you gonna tell me what happened yesterday with Molly Aghetti, or is it just too embarrassing? Don't tell me you actually got to see her.
All the stars out tonight.
Gabriel, you don't seriously think she's interested. She can have any man in the city. You know, men with bank accounts.
You underestimate the Knight family's tragic poet samurai appeal. When Daddy married Mom, she was the hottest catch in town.
I always suspected there was something fishy in your family tree. But seriously, I think you should be careful.
Meow, Grace.
I'm serious.
Miss Fairy,
I don't know why,
sweet
but
dreams.
I have a
I
bad
hope you
feeling in the
sleep
pit
well.
of my stomach about this.
It's
Try not
called
to have any
jealousy,
nightmares
my
about
dear.
snakes.
And you're right. You should be jealous of Molly Aghetti. As should every woman on this planet.
I just... never mind. I'll just fix these books. Your life is in your own slippery little hands.
The point is to get it into somebody else's hands. And soon.
He drinks coffee really quickly.
Today's newspaper is on the counter.
Tapper, sweet dreams. I hope you have a good night.
Times dated June 20th, 1993. Gabriel scans over an uninteresting front page. Under the cultural events section, there's a notice about a lecture on African religions. The lecture is at Tulane University. Gabriel's horoscope for the day. An evil eye is upon you. Change your course before it's too late.
That's all nice.
Lighten up.
The French Quarter with a Spanish twist. The French Quarter, New Orleans' oldest and most famous neighborhood, is most known for the raucous party atmosphere of Mardi Gras. But the quarter is far more than a week of beads and bourbon. Founded in 1718 by Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne de Bienville, it was the original center of the city. Despite its name, much of the architecture is influenced by Spain, after many of the more French-influenced structures were destroyed in the Great New Orleans Fire of 1788.
Times dated June 20. Under the code.
I know this. But chill.
Lighten up.
Okay. She gave me the telephone book with the numbers in. Has she got anything? She's got messages.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Your pal Mosley called. He left a message that they are interrogating a suspect this morning, and you might want to be there.
Sounds fun.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I bet.
Nothing else to research. Let's go ring some telephone numbers, because we've already identified the phone thing.
Somewhere there's a...
Oh, it's not honestly going to make me ring all of this, is it? Five 555-0123. Imagine if I got it first time.
Casino residents, may I help you?
Hi. You've won a customer raffle at the Dixieland drugstore.
No soliciting, please.
Nope. She had a dog. 5550170.
Cajun Critters Animal Clinic. This is Melissa.
Do you have a Madame Casino as a client?
Madame Casino? Sure, I know her. She's not here right now, though.
Really? She told me she'd be there. Would you happen to have her address by any chance?
Yes, but I'm not sure I should give it out. Who are you again?
She's won a major prize.
I really don't think I can. Sorry.
Oh, I might have. Let's try that again. Let's hope she doesn't remember me from the phone.
Cajun Critters Animal Clinic. This is Melissa.
Hello, Melissa.
About Madame Casino. I really need to get her address.
I just don't know. Why did you need it again?
She's my aunt, and I've sort of lost touch.
I'm sorry, but I don't feel right about giving her address out. Goodbye.
Last digit? What, 0170?
Cajun Critters.
I'm going to call up a vet and ask about animal sacrifice.
Do you know anything?
Our doctors see just about any time.
Okay, thanks. Know anything about...
What are you, some kind of sicko?
There we go. There are a lot of numbers on that list, Dolly. I'd have to find her first. Oh, I mean, I was reading this completely wrong. I was reading this entire page as casinos. There's only 4, and I've done 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, I had completely misread that page, because the way that Grace had said it, I assumed it was going to be a lot more than just the 4 that I'm looking at. 5550127. No, immediately the wrong number. 0127.
Hello.
Is this the Casino resident?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Do you or does anyone in your family patronize the Dixieland drugstore?
I'm a busy man. What are you selling?
Nothing.
Good. Goodbye.
That's 2 down. Just Casino 0122.
Hi, Casino residents.
Hi. I was wondering if you could help me.
Yeah?
A woman in the Dixieland drugstore dropped her purse today, and the name Casino was inside it.
Dixieland Drugstore? Never heard of it. Sorry.
Of course, it's going to be the third number that I try. Why else would it be? I tried 1230128.
Hello?
Hello, I'm calling from the Dixieland drugstore. We have an order for you.
Castro, be quiet. Who is this?
I'm a friend of the owner.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Yes?
Hello, I'm calling from the Dixieland drugstore. We have an order for you.
It's clearly her.
Hush, Castro. I told you, I don't know what you're talking about.
Castro! You are correct. Because why would I know the dog's name if I was calling about animal murders? 5550170. Dolly, what would I do without you? Other than be sat here dialing these numbers for the rest of my life. 5550170.
Cajun Critters Animal Clinic.
Hi,
This is
it's me.
Melissa.
I called about the animal sacrifices a little while ago.
About Madame Casino. I really need to get her address.
I just don't know. Why did you need it again?
I'm worried about Castro. He's missed 3 dance lessons.
Castro? Her little doggy? Oh, he's so sweet. Well, I guess if you know Castro, it's okay. Her address is 345 Dauphine.
Thanks.
If this was 2022 and she was English or living in Europe, I could sue that vet for... yeah, that's ominous, wizard. How to open a conversation partway through the night when you've not been speaking. Yay, I'm getting points. Am I going to get some jump scares, wizard? Is that what you're saying? I mean, the scariest thing would be, because Dolly has access to my PC while I'm at work, if Dolly changes some of the audio around whilst I'm out, I wouldn't be aware of the jump scares that could potentially happen. I've got the woman's address.
I've got some things I need to do.
This means I'm going to check the, I'm just going to check the audio files at all times. I mean, the big blue flashy thing over the counter. I'm still a little unclear why I want to speak to this woman. I checked the list. Has Dolly secretly changed it? Dolly has not changed. Check it every time I stream. Now on. Like the bollards.
Yes? Who is it?
Land shark. I mean, I'm mildly tempted to click all of these.
Hi, I'm doing an article on voodoo, and I heard that you are...
I'm a good Catholic young man. Take your evil influence elsewhere.
But I just have a few questions.
I can feel the evil eye. Go away.
Gabriel stands at the door of an old quarter residence. The neighborhood is a little shabby, but this particular building is freshly painted.
Yes? Who is it?
Apparently this woman has Alzheimer's.
Please let me talk to you, Madame Casino.
I do not talk to strangers, young man. Yes? Who is it?
Land shark.
You are no Bill Murray.
Is that a reference that I don't understand?
Yes? Who is it?
What is wrong with this woman that she doesn't recognize me every time she answers the door?
I've got some great pet supplies. Coochie coochie coo, little doggy.
Castro has everything he needs. Don't you, Castro?
You know you are very...
Thanks a lot,
Oh,
Castro.
you know, I've got a black shirt. I bet I can dress up as a priest. Which seems like a really odd jump, but I've been carrying this black shirt around. All I need is a dog collar, and I've yet to be able to get into the confessional. Okay, so let's go speak to the artist. Well, let's go here first. Come on, I've been trying to get in this confessional for days. There you go. So what are all the crimes I've committed since playing this game, chat?
May I help you, my
I've
child?
stalked a couple of women.
Can I ask you a few questions?
The confessional is not the best place for interviews, son. You can contact the parish offices if you need private counseling.
I understand. Thanks, Father.
Is there anything else?
Could you give me a blessing?
Do you feel the need for a blessing?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
All right, if it will comfort you.
The priest blesses Gabriel through the confessional window.
Peace be with you, son.
Thank you, Father.
Is there anything else?
I'd like to make a confession.
All right, if it'll make you feel better.
I've had impure thoughts about a woman I met.
Impure thoughts? You mean thoughts of sexual relations?
You could say that, but worse than what you mean.
Worse? You mean extreme sexual relations?
What are extreme
Well,
sexual
not
relations?
involving animals or anything.
Oh, well. Perhaps we should just leave it at that. Pray for forgiveness and say 10 rosaries. Is there anything else?
I've done some pretty rotten things to my friend Mosley.
Rotten? What do you mean?
Practical jokes, insults, among other things.
I see. Are you sorry?
No.
Well...
Pray for forgiveness and say 3 rosaries.
What's a rosary?
Is there anything else?
I haven't paid my assistant for 3 months.
Have you had the money?
Nope.
Sounds like a matter for the courts, son, not the church. Is there anything else?
It's going to drive this man crazy and get him to leave.
Some people say I'm a selfish person, Father.
We can always strive to improve ourselves. Patterns can be broken.
Yes. Thank you, Father.
Is there anything else?
I think I just need to give an overall apology to the universe.
I see. Apology noted.
Thanks, Father.
Is there anything else?
I've had a lot of women, Father.
A lot? More than 10?
Yes, Father.
More than 20?
Yes, Father.
More than 40?
Yes, Father.
Son, I don't think this is a matter for a priest. I think you need a good therapist.
If we're counting therapists, then I'm up to at least, let's see, count the 1, and this might take a while.
My son, I'm afraid my lunch break is coming on about now. Pray for forgiveness and say 20 rosaries. On second thought, when you finish the math, say that many rosaries.
Gabriel hears him leave the confessional.
I should probably add 1 more rosary for that while I'm at it. I've been a bad boy.
Drove him to craziness. Can I
The
open
panel
this window?
behind the mesh window moves from the other side.
So now I want to leave. I see white little strips. I think I have to dress up as a priest.
Someone is in that confessional.
I've always wondered how the other half...
Inside the box, Gabriel finds a priest collar and some oil used for blessing.
Hold it!
You never know when a priest's collar will come in handy.
That oil is for holy purposes, not the sort of thing Gabriel would want to use it for. The priest's side of the confessional is made of well-oiled wood. There's also a box under the shelf on this side. He hears someone enter and kneel down on the other side.
Okay, this might be about to cross the line. I
Father,
apologize.
I'd like to make a confession.
Did you stab somebody in a voodoo murder?
Go on, my son.
I've recently come into a
ever-living
large
hell is that
sum
accent.
of money.
I don't really see a problem with that.
It's not that. It's how I got it. I literally found a suitcase of money. So I picked it up and took it instead of telling the police or trying to find who it belonged to.
Give it up to charity.
Of course. Why didn't I think of that? Thanks, Father.
The man leaves the confessional.
Am I going to leave?
Now I can say I did one good deed today.
Am I going to leave this thing and it's all going to be shoved in the...
He hears some...
Bless me, Father, for I have...
Do go on.
I've had impure thoughts about men, Father.
I kissed a boy or a girl and I liked it. Lyric is kissed a girl and I liked it.
Surely it can't be all that bad.
Oh, it is, Father. No, I can't say that to a priest.
Don't worry about that, sweetheart. You say whatever you need to. In detail.
You don't sound like a priest.
But how can you cleanse your mind unless you fully express your sins,
But
my
how
child?
can you... I just...
Aren't you just supposed to tell
accent.
me to say rosaries or something?
We'll get to that. But first...
No offense, Father, but I think I'll try another confessional.
The young woman leaves the confessional.
No?
Gabriel's calling is decidedly not.
Is it all just shoved in there? I was kind of expecting to come out here and have a suitcase on the floor with all the stuff shoved in there. I do have a dog collar, though, so I want to combine this for the first time with something effective. Nice. Let's go pretend to be a priest and speak to an old lady. This game was made in the 90s. The original version of this game was made in the 90s. It was a simpler time. So, how do I put on the...
Yes?
Wrong house.
Fine, good.
How do I put on the dog collar? I want to wear it.
Gabriel is carrying a black shirt and priest collar, which, surprise, surprise, does not belong to him.
I change at my house.
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
I don't need to, thanks.
There's nothing else, Gabriel.
How do I change?
Gabriel is carrying a black shirt and priest collar.
That has to be it. Combine with me. Yes, I can use it on myself.
To wear that.
I can use the shirt on myself. I'm now going to go back to the old woman's house and take my top off in front of it.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
This disguise is almost ready. I hate to say it, but I need to style my hair to be more respectable.
Well, it just so happens I've got some hair gel.
I don't think hair gel alone is going to convince her I'm the respectable type.
Combine hair gel and... Combine hair gel and coat. Priest disguise.
Alright, but this is private.
Wow.
Yes? Who is it?
It's Father McLaughlin to see you.
Father McLaughlin, you say? You must be new in the parish. I'm so pleased to meet you, Father. Do come in.
You think they just asked this voice actor what accents he could do, and he just said bad Irish? Why didn't I
Please
just
be seated, Father.
Thank you.
Now, what can I do for you?
I'm mildly I want to know what Tim Curry's Irish accent sounded like.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions, my child?
Of course not,
My
mon
child,
père.
would you tell me about voodoo? That's just not an Irish accent, is it? I'm going to stop that right this second.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
People
Terrible,
think I'm
isn't
just a foolish old woman, but I know the things they do.
Then,
My family's been in New Orleans
I hope
since
you're prepared for a
1750,
really bad
so I
Irish
know more
accent.
than most. Voodoo people are all over the city, in the shops, everywhere. They'll curse you like that, and most people don't even notice. Spit on your bread at the bakery. Take strands of your hair at the store when you try on clothes. Oh, you have to be so careful. But I know their ways, so I can protect myself. I know how to use the magic too, and I can counteract their evil spells.
Tell me more about voodoo in New Orleans.
It's just plain evil. It's dangerous to even discuss it.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Voodoo murders? Ha! They are nothing new to me, Father.
You point
They
at Dean
happen
for
all
5
the
minutes of
time.
an Irish
I hardly
accent.
go out
I
anymore.
can't.
It's too
I don't think
dangerous
I
in the
could.
streets. They can get you anywhere, you know.
Like a
Even here
minute,
in
maybe
this
at a
room.
push, but I feel like we're
I try
upsetting
not to
people.
let them know about me. That's the best way.
What else do you know about the voodoo murders?
Shh! They'll hear you.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
The only true New Orleans are of French origin, you know. My family were among the original settlers of New Orleans. They came here from France. The Creole society used to be so gay in New Orleans. Now it barely hangs on by its fingernails.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes, they're evil creatures. Did you know that evil people can send them into your dreams? They can. That's why I never sleep.
Right, thanks. Do you know anything else about snakes?
It would be bad luck to talk about that anymore.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
Oh, St. John's Eve, mais oui. I used to love the St. John's Eve Mass at St. Louis Cathedral. Of course, it is also a night of great
I see the
wickedness,
Jamie
worse
Lannister
than All
comparison.
Hallows Eve. They will corrupt anything, Father.
They? They who?
Oh, you know.
No, I don't know. Tell me.
What else can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I don't think I should say any more about that.
Do you have any idea what Caprice encore means?
Maybe. I know. I bet you do not know, Father, n'est-ce pas?
No, I don't.
Just as I thought. You shouldn't talk about things you don't understand.
There's something...
About Caprice encore.
Oui? Are you going to tell me what it means, Father?
Don't eat the chili.
It means don't eat the chili.
Shows how much you know.
Okay, so I need to find out what Cabri Saint-Cor means.
That Cabri Saint-Cor thing.
Do not continue to tease me, Father. You know what it means as well as
I will not. I have not watched any of House of the Dragon. Please do not drop spoilers about Daemon. Other than the fact I know it's Matt Smith.
Of course I know what it means. Do you?
I wasn't born yesterday, Father. I won't tell you what it means if you don't already know.
Okay, I need to find out what Cabri Saint-Cor means. I think I've exhausted all of the... That's too bad?
It means that's too bad.
It's too bad you...
Do you know anything about...
Oh, her. I could tell you about her. Voodoo Queen? Ah! My great-grandmother was an acolyte of Marie Laveau. She knows the truth about her.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
No, I won't say anything more. Not to you, Father. I'm sure you mean well, but you are an outsider.
Tell me more.
No.
Do you know anything?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Creole. My family has been in New Orleans for over 200 years. Real New Orleanians are French, you see. These days, the city is overrun with people with no heritage at all. No offense, Father, but it's true. But the French, naturellement, will always be the true blood of New Orleans.
It's so nice of you to invite me in.
But no, mon père. I am always happy to see one of the good fathers.
Well, thank you for answering absolutely nothing, old woman. Here.
The painting behind the couch is a Madonna and Child. It's a painting of a pretty young lady in old-fashioned clothes.
Madam in younger days?
Good heavens, no, Father.
Madam finds comfort in these.
I don't think there's anything jumping out at me.
The plant looks healthy, despite...
I can talk to the dog.
Nice doggy. Good Castro. Well, madam, I must be going.
Find out what
Of
Cabri
course,
Saint-Cor
Father.
means.
I know how busy you must be tending your flock.
Got to go.
I'm not going back on the street looking like this.
Go speak to the artist in the park and see if he's got my... I can go to the Moonbeam residence.
How's it going today?
What? Oh, it's only you. Man, I have been jumpy all day. That pattern of yours really freaked me out for some reason. There's just something...
Yeah, and a lecture.
Creepy.
You finished it?
Yeah, and you're welcome to it. Here.
Wow. This is great.
Uh-huh, yeah, just don't, like, blow up the planet with it or something, okay?
I didn't mean to upset you.
Ah, forget it. I'm probably just being stupid. Do your thing with it, and, good luck.
The artist's reconstruction of the voodoo murders pattern looks accurate to Gabriel. Something about it seems vaguely familiar and creepy. The reconstructed Veve was done for Gabriel by a technical artist.
Does anybody else think it looks like the park? Am I seeing that? Am I being weird seeing the park? 2 circles. Yeah, that's the park, isn't it? What's the...
Come on, boys, hoopla!
It was something. We've got a belly dancer.
Not a bad idea.
Okay, Creepy Man is going to speak to a belly dancer. This cannot end well.
Baby, I love the way you move.
Oh,
Madame
Jesus
Lorelei
Christ.
winks knowingly at Gabriel and twitches her hips.
Yep, she wants me.
Happening.
Thanks, boys.
What is that about? She's got a snake, everybody. Madame Lorelei, do you know about snakes?
Madame Lorelei, is it?
What can I do for you, handsome?
That's a nice snake you have there.
Oh, I could say the same of you.
Jesus.
Well, I know where I got mine. Where'd you get yours?
Everybody, she's
That's
talking
personal.
about her his penis.
I'd really like to know.
Oh, sorry, sweetie, but I don't discuss Elvis with anyone.
Elvis the snake.
I think this veil belongs to you.
Oh, my veil! I'm always losing those things. You have no idea. Well, darling, you're such a sweetie to return a lady's delicates, and so handsome as well.
Why do I feel like I'm going to get drugged and wake up in a
And
bathtub
since you
with no
have
liver?
such a clear interest in fortune telling, let me see your hands. They look so strong.
What's she going to see that's
Perhaps
not
they will
going to be
make
good?
both our fortunes clear, no?
I wish something would.
Wait for it, everybody.
Strong, yes, and yet so delicate and flexible.
The sexual
know the
innuendo,
half of
the
it.
innuendo here
Oh,
is...
good. I see a mysterious woman in your immediate future.
Madame Lorelei winks at Gabriel knowingly.
She is a dangerous one, dark and beautiful. Oh, I see the road of your life forking, and very soon.
The blood drains from Madame Lorelei's face in an instant. Sweat beads on her upper lip.
Are you okay?
There are forces. Oh, God. Beware. Beware.
What is it about me lately?
I don't really know how to take that. What's in
Gabriel wouldn't mind picking up a few extra bucks by using Madame Lorelei's booth while she's...
He doesn't know how to belly dance, okay.
Madame Lorelei's booth?
Right. About the Cajun bit. So, I see when looking at this, and he said it looks familiar for some reason.
The artist reconstructed...
So, I definitely see the park. There's the viewing place with the telescope. No, I can't interact with it.
Hey there, nice beat. I dig it.
The drummer does not respond. The artist
There's something about that I think is relevant to here.
The sign says the Overlook's closed for a...
Guys, I'm going to have to chuck you out to the BRB screen for 5 seconds. I'm dying to go to the... I am going to leave you on the map screen, so I'm just going to mute myself so I don't have to mess around with my... So if you just BRB 1 sec, I'll... quick as boss. So, I have this really bad habit, not bad habit. What's the word? What's the nice way to put it? It's all fair when people do the whole hydrate thing with streaming. So I drink loads of water because people do the whole, oh, you need to drink, you need to make sure you're drinking. In my 3.5 hour, it just makes me need the loo desperately. I was about to do something that's completely thrown me off.
A sign on the front door of Magenta's home reads, Attuning with the Spirit Realm, back on June 22nd. It looks like the lecture is just starting.
Voodoo is the tribal religion of Africa, but the name Voodoo is actually a banner heading, under which resides an entire body of distinct tribal belief systems.
I'm at
the word
lecture.
Voodoo may sound familiar to you. What is known in the States as voodoo is actually an amalgamation of African religious systems, voodoo, and European religions, primarily Catholicism. All of these subcults of African voodoo have certain things in common. The most important is the worship of a pantheon of spirits, instead of the single deity that the Christian and Muslim systems have. Some of these spirits are elementals. Some relate to specific tasks or places. Some represent important tribal leaders who have died. This spirit worship is what makes voodoo so easily adaptable. With all these spirits, it's no problem to add a few more. Say, for example, the Virgin Mary. At the height of tribal Africa, warfare was common. One tribe would conquer another, and the Loa, important in the conqueror's tribal system, would be adopted readily into the conquered tribe's Loa pantheon. In this way, many of the voodoo cults spread and mingled throughout tribal Africa, enriching the belief system and causing innumerable offshoots. The basis for the voodoo religion seems to be as old as man himself. It has much in common with many early pagan practices. Animal totems, sympathetic magic, elemental spirits in the trees, the heavens, the bodies of the sick. Africa is believed by many to be the cradle of the human race. Some of the voodoo Loa may be as old as the Garden of Eden itself. We still can't explain some of the real power of these primal religions. And note, I said primal, not primitive. There are African Bokors who baffle our scientists with their supernatural powers. Now, let's discuss the elements of voodoo.
Fascinating guy.
In voodoo, the spirits are called the Loa. During a voodoo ceremony, celebrants are possessed by the Loa. This is called being ridden. The human worshipper is seen as a horse, and the Loa as the divine horseman. A person being ridden by a Loa takes on the characteristics of that spirit. and becomes, in effect, merely a vessel for the more powerful entity. Some of the older original Africa Loa include Dambala, the great serpent god, Ezuli, the mistress of love, Papanibo, or Gede, the lord of death, Awe, the spirit of water,
oh no,
Legba, spirit of the crossroads, and the cruelest and most dangerous, Ogun Badagri, the lord of destruction.
I gotta get more sleep at night.
Tribe-specific Loa can have as much or more power as the more widely worshipped Loa. For instance, a particular tribe might revere highly the Loa of an ancestor who was a legendary hunter or politician. Voodoo temples are called Houndfors. Their priests, Houngan or Bokors, their priestesses, Mama Loa. In a Voodoo Houndfor, there's a ritual circle marked by a center pole called a Poto Meton.
There's one of them in that shop.
Initiates dance under the supervision of a Bokor and a Mama Loa, or head priestess. The use of totems or animal masks and markings was not uncommon in the original African ceremonies. Now, though, all but the oldest sects have abandoned this practice. Ritual objects used during the conclaves included the ritual gourd, or asan, the
There's a
ritual
gourd in
knife,
that shop.
or
There's
kubasa,
a knife in that shop.
That knife gives me the chills.
the ritual whip,
There's
or
a
foot
whip
cache,
in that shop.
and the ritual coffin, or seke madule.
There's a
These
coffin in that
items are
shop.
often optional, called for by the Mama Loa for specific magical rituals. The Mama Loa is the most powerful figure in any Voodoo sect. Voodoo is a truly matriarchal system. Even the Bokor knows his power is limited. The Mama Loa is the supreme woman. She goes out of her house at night, sees many things, and tries to get butterflies. And at night again, she sees other things, including fireflies.
Firelight. Gabriel?
What? Can't see.
Gabriel, get in.
Can't. It's too small for me.
You must get in, Gabriel.
It's not mine. Too small.
Hide, Gabriel. Hide.
Yikes.
No! Let me out! Help!
And
Young man, the lecture is over.
Oh my god. Sorry.
There was a lot to get from that. That museum, air quotes, is full of fuckery. I'm talking to the
Are you a
Professor
student?
G's.
No. My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Well, you've already interrupted and slept through my lecture, Mr. Knight. I
Why
hope
would
you have
I'm not
something
going to
worthwhile
leave
to
not
do
having
here.
spoken to him.
If you figure it out, let me know.
Their animations, you know what they're animate? Have you seen those pictures where people animate still photographs and the neck and the shoulders just move in a really awkward, regimented way?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
You already sat through my lecture on the subject, Mr. Knight. Perhaps next time you could stay awake and learn something.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
I've read about them in the papers. I must admit to some interest. But according to the newspapers, the voodoo aspect is faked, so I haven't really pursued it. You know how Americans, especially Hollywood, treat voodoo. I'm sure there are many so-called practitioners out there that have no idea what they're doing or the power they're playing with.
I'm back. Right. Thought I left the window open. I'm sat shivering.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I find it interesting to see the occasional fragment of voodoo practices in the everyday culture of New Orleans.
What else can you tell me about New Orleans?
The Catholic Church has always dominated in New Orleans, and its imagery, in turn, has dominated New Orleans voodoo.
What else can you tell me about New Orleans?
If there's more you wish to know, perhaps you should read my books.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I'm not a zoologist, Mr. Knight, but I know all I care to about reptiles.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It's June 23rd, the feast day of St. John the Baptist. But June 23rd has been a sacred day since the earliest times. Ancient sun worshippers used to roll a flaming wheel down a hill to celebrate the sun's descent on that day.
A burning wheel? Huh. Do you know what Capri Sancour means?
Capri Sancour? Yes, I do. It's a Haitian term, I believe. It's French, and literally translates as goat without horns.
As in a female goat?
No, as in a human sacrifice. Sacrifices in voodoo are usually of the animal variety.
That's the aim with the old woman.
Bulls, goats. If the gods demand a goat without horns, it means a human being.
Ominous.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
While I find the colloquial bastardizations of voodoo somewhat interesting, from a sheerly intellectual point of view, there's not a lot of relation between people like Laveau and true voodoo practices.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
As I said in my lecture, which I assume you actually listened to, is that animal masks, totems, are used extensively in most African voodoo religions.
Do you know anything about veves?
If you'd taken notes during my lecture...
Tell me about Damballa.
Damballa is one of the major Rada Loa, also known as Damballa Wedo. He is an ancient Dahomian rain god, often represented as a large boa constrictor. Damballa is the most powerful and most violent of the Rada Loa. The Rada Loa are typically benevolent, as opposed, say, to the Patro Loa. He is still worshipped heavily in Haiti, and when voodoo first started in New Orleans, the early conclaves were reportedly based on the worship of the great zombie, the great serpent Damballa.
Tell me more about Damballa.
I have extensive courses in the Loa running next semester. Perhaps you should take one of those, Mr. Knight.
Tell me about Ogun Badagri.
Ogun Badagri is one of the Patro Loa. The Patro Loa are much more violent than the Rada Loa. Some people believe the Patro Loa originated in Haiti, but I have found some evidence that the Patro Loa were African as well, though worshipped only by a small voodoo tribe, and a very bloody one.
Tell me more about Ogun Badagri.
He is a chief nasty, Mr. Knight. He is the spirit of war and destruction.
Tell me about yourself.
All right, Mr. Knight. I'm 35, a fully tenured professor at this university, as well as a fellow at Cambridge.
How would you go about doing that,
My doctorate was
Peach?
obtained at Syracuse. Yes, Syracuse.
I
In
mean,
religious
in
studies.
theory, if you look at
I'm
it
an
that way, this
agnostic,
game is
but I
based
find
in the
human belief
90s, so you would
systems
have to build a
fascinating.
time machine.
I specialize in African religions because I grew up there. My father was a Protestant missionary. And I am heterosexual, when I practice sex at all, which isn't very often. Any other questions?
What the ever-living?
No.
Fine.
Why is he talking about his sexuality and how often he has sex?
I'd really like...
There have been several articles written about me, Mr. Knight.
Your lecture...
Oh, you think so? You were snoring so loud, I didn't think you'd heard it.
I mean, yeah.
You must travel a lot.
If you want to
Yes,
travel back to the
to
90s and
Africa,
kill
maybe.
this fictional science man, you go ahead.
Tell me more about human sacrifice.
It's very rare. Most voodoo practices do not include human sacrifice as a matter of record, but it is theoretically possible, if that's what the gods demand. For example, One of the chants I had translated for me from a Haitian ritual went like this. Mistress Erzulie, come and aid us. If a cock is demanded, we will give it. If a bull will suffice, behold it. But if a goat without horns is required for sacrifice, oh, where will we find one? Erzulie is the gentlest of Loire, so they call on her for mercy. But I have seen grown and powerful Houngan tremble before possession by one of the more violent Loire, such as Papa Nebo. Clearly, they are afraid that something of the sort will be ordered, or that Loire will simply take it for themselves.
Tell me more about human sacrifice.
I wouldn't dwell on it. Most voodoo sects probably haven't seen a human sacrifice for several generations.
Oh, I wouldn't dwell on it. There's voodoo being practiced everywhere, but they don't stab each other anymore.
I'm very interested.
How nice for you.
Anything actually on this page other than him? Partridge's office, speaker, lecture hall, podium. Can I give...
Can you tell me anything about this?
Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Mind if I copy this?
Be my guest.
Great. I'll be right back. Here you go. You know, this is a fascinating veve. You must tell me all about its origin.
Actually, I was hoping you'd tell me. Can you figure out anything about it from the symbols?
Well, some. That's why I wanted a copy. I want to research the design myself.
Have you heard of the voodoo murders?
No. You're kidding. Really? Then the voodoo is authentic. The newspapers are wrong. Boy, are they wrong.
You think this veve is authentic?
Authentic? Mr. Knight, that's like asking if the Mona Lisa is a painting. Tell you what, I'll look into these symbols myself and see what I can learn about the sect that made this. I'll give you a call when I have more information. You are associated with the police, aren't you?
Absolutely. But I'm undercover. You can contact me at St. George's Bookshop in the quarter.
All right. Now, I'd like to get started on this, if you don't mind.
Nice. Okay, so... He's also told me what Cabri Sankor means. Wanted to show him the voodoo code.
Can you tell me anything about this?
No. I've never seen those symbols. Therefore, they're probably meaningless.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm never wrong, Mr. Knight. Therefore, sure is not in my vocabulary.
Do I have anything else that it's worthwhile showing him? Would he like to see a picture of a dead body?
Is there anything you can tell me about the voodoo aspects of this photograph?
This is a serious voodoo ritual. Nasty stuff.
In what way?
Let's see. I can't make out much detail from this photograph, except for the corpse, of course. But the wound, the face, and what little I can see of the ritual paraphernalia, it reminds me of certain black voodoo practices. Very rare. I've never witnessed them myself, you understand.
Really? Interesting. Thanks.
Okay. I did the reconstructed veve. For some reason, I'm still carrying around the phone book. He didn't want to see the code. I'm pretty sure he won't want to see a brick. Does he know anything about snakes?
Can you tell me any...
No.
I didn't think so. Clay... No, I think we're done here for now. Thank you, Professor Hartridge.
Okay, thanks.
I'd love
Good
to
day,
say it was
Mr.
a
Knight.
pleasure, but you were really quite rude. Peach is planning time travel to kill you. So that's probably pretty bad, right? How long have we got? We've got 10 more minutes. I'm going to see if I can get the Casanu residence discussion out of the way, and then we're going to call it a night. So let's go here. Do I have to put the priest outfit back on? I do.
All right.
Goat without horns, Cabri Sankor.
Yes? Who is it?
It's Father McLaughlin back again, don't you know?
It's the stereotypical
Father.
priest,
Come on in.
madam.
Please be seated, Father.
Thank you.
Now, what can I do for you?
I've learned what that word that you wouldn't tell me means.
Nice doggy. Good cast.
Not the dog, you bellend. There we go.
Do you mind if I ask you a few more questions, madam?
If you wish, Father.
That Caprice and Car thing.
Do not continue to tease me, Father. You know what it means as well as I.
It means goat without horns.
Father, you surprised me. You do know what it means. You know what they mean by goat without horns, don't you? A human being. That's right. Slit your throat, cut out your heart. Pure evil murder.
Okay.
Do you know anything about human sacrifice here in New Orleans?
Well, my great-grandmother could tell stories. She saw it. People say that sort of thing wasn't done in New Orleans, but the real voodoo queens did it. Oh, yes.
Who are the real voodoo queens?
Well, my great-grandmother told me that Laveau was just a front, a flamboyant decoy. She distracted authorities from the real voodoo queen of New Orleans. It's been the same one for almost 200 years. She's head of a secret voodoo enfant. That's what they call their temples, you know. It's so secret, most of the voodoo people in the city don't even know about it. The real voodoo queen controlled Laveau, gave her a little bit of power, and used her like a puppet.
Tell me more about this secret voodoo hound for.
Well, I've never seen it. I wouldn't go near it if you paid me. But it's here in New Orleans, I guarantee it. I hear their drums at night, oh yes. That's why I'm so ill, I tell you, those drums. But we shouldn't
Drummer
talk
guy
about
that's
it.
at those two
They'll
places.
hear us. It's the devil's work that happens there, I can tell you. I'll show you something. Something secret. You mustn't tell anyone, Father.
I swear on my collar.
Here it is, mon père. A true object of evil if ever there was one.
It radiates something, all right.
It belonged to my great-grandmother. She told my mother that it was a token to gain entrance to the real voodoo ceremonies.
Is it a key?
You don't say.
To tell you the truth, I've always felt nervous about having it in the house. You know, evil influence and all.
I can see how you would, yes.
And yet, I could never part with it. It's been in the family for generations. Would you bless it for me, Father? I feel strange asking such a thing of you, but surely you understand.
I've got the clay. I've got the clay. Can I take a...
Bless this bracelet of a snake. Even though its vibes aren't great, let it do nobody harm when they wear it on their arm. Voodoo spirits, go away. Don't come back another day.
Did that really
and
just
now
happen?
let us pray.
Did that really just happen? Clay. Clay?
Gabriel
Yes.
has a thought about the clay.
Bless, oh bless this circlet of silver.
That wasn't silver.
Take the curse, oh take it, Wilbur.
What is happening?
A lovely blessing, mon père.
Really?
Yes, I think it made a lasting impression. Here you go.
I feel so much better now.
Okay. Veve.
Do you know anything about Veves?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
She was only a front for the real evildoers, Father. And that's the truth about Marie Laveau.
Do you know anything about Black Voodoo?
Oh, yes, Father. It is the wickedest kind. The kind they practice here in New Orleans.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
Tell me.
Well, Father,
Chat.
Do you find the weather to your liking?
it's terribly humid. I only go out in the morning and the evening.
And we're done. Wow.
Good day, Madame Casino.
Goodbye, Father.
Something significant about the snake break. And there was a lot. This has been a lot. This has been 4 hours of. I do love these. I do love a good point and click, and I'm not. There are aspects of this game that I've remembered, like the mime at the beginning, but all of this is a mystery to me. I can't remember the ending. I have a snippet of the corridor in my brain, and I can't remember why. So I'm going to call it a night there after we finally found out the meaning of Cabri Sankor. There is some voodoo sacrifices going on, apparently. And Gabriel Knight seems like a bit of a dick, but hopefully before the end of the game he will become a bit nicer, potentially. He is the hero, I guess, so maybe a hero's a dick sometimes, right? Guys, it's been fun. I really like this. Was the game that I wanted to play on stream from the very beginning. As I talked about at the beginning of this stream, I tried to stream it before with a friend before I started streaming as RightBigChimken. We did one session and it never continued. I'm really enjoying it. It's very different. Like I struggled in terms of pacing when I played Battletech, so the pacing of this is a lot slower again. So I feel like I'm not as animated as I usually would be, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm gonna finish it. Cantex, I'm really sorry that there weren't any jump scares. Hopefully we will get there for you. And if not, after this, I promise the next scary game that I play on Sunday nights will have jump scares in. So, yeah, there's that. Yes, I am going to raid. Thank you, Dolly. You go away. You just bear with me 1 second while I get that in place. It's not necessarily. I fully understand that this game is not everybody's cup of tea, and I really appreciate you guys for having been here as long as you have been. I really want to finish it, and I will. I'm fully understanding that this isn't necessarily my audience's thing. I'm going to not play point and click adventures one after the other. So there'll be this one, and we'll try to go back into something more action based afterwards and just play it by ear that way. But I'm loving this so far. So who is on my list? Axie is on my list. So let's do this. And yeah, the professor speaking about his sexuality was a bit weird, and it sort of just snuck in there. That was very strange. Guys, I really appreciate you for being here. I'm going to raid Axie now. He is currently playing Minecraft, so something a little bit more straightforward. So we'll be back with Gabriel Knight this time next week. I'm streaming Phasmophobia on Tuesday night as usual. Check out Dead by Daylight. I own it. I never got really massively into it. It's on my list of things I might play sometime. Phasmophobia on Tuesday and more Minecraft on Saturday. Back for Gabriel Knight next Sunday. So check out the schedule, guys. I really appreciate you for being here as long as you have been. And I'm going to start the raid. So peace out. Where's the button? There it is. See you soon.